in public transportation, bus, or you're walking to work, or you're in your home, good morning to you. We are with you this morning, and we thank you for allowing us to come inside of your homes as we speak positive vibes even to change your mind. We continue to look at what's happening in our nation, and remember, you can call us at 8 o'clock in the morning, but we leave with you what Bob has said as we continue to celebrate Black History Month. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. We're going to be talking about mind games today. Good morning. When we come back from our break at 6:30, we're going to be joined again this morning with my co-host for this week, Pastor Michael Aiken, who is standing by to join us live from cool Portland.
No, the water gone again. Yo, Dave, where did you get your water tank from? Multi-plastics tanks a lot? Oh yeah, I heard they're selling cutting-edge water tanks. Let me find my way to 37 South Road or call them at 876-968-6657 now.
Grandpa, where are you going?
But see ya, I have business down by JPS and I need Steven to take me. I'm going to see what I owe and pay.
You don't have to leave the yard, Pops. Just call 888-225-5577.
You mean to tell me, say, me not have to wait in line anymore?
Grandpa, I registered your account. So when you call from this phone, JPS already knows you and they just give you information.
Look where me live, Fissy. Thank God for you young people.
Praise the Lord, God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Hey, my listening crew. This is your late afternoon companion to Chickaloo on your 100 FM dial. Make sure you tune in and turn up every Tuesdays from 5 until 7 p.m. for OTAWTL. That is on the ear with me, yours truly. A program that will leave you inspired, entertained, and informed. With credit giveaways each week. Street Link, where we go in the streets to find out from the people what is hot and what is not, and so much more. And guess what? You can now voice your birthday shout-outs on our WhatsApp line at 876-438-9442, and we'll play them live on air. So what are you waiting for? Turn up Tuesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on Best 100 FM, the station that is sizzling every day.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs.
Good morning to you. This is your host, Percival Palmer from the Morning Connection. I'm joined live online from Portland by Pastor Michael Aiken. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Very good morning to you, Pastor Percy.
Yes, it is good. It is good. It is good. A good day to be alive, even as we continue to count down. But this morning, I want to focus. Yesterday we were looking at our leaders and we looked at some good old conventional organizational theory and behavior when Jethro had spoken to his son-in-law and says, what you're doing is not good. You are central, but you need to look for capable, honest men who fear God, people who don't take bribes, to help you in regards to how you will manage what's happening. Local government, that's what it was. And even as we are in the season of seeking to select our local government representatives. But even before we go into that, I just want to engage you. Mind games. Mind games. Mind game. Yes. Are they playing mind games with us?
What do you find interesting about that statement, mind game?
I remember we started this program in the middle during the lockdown, and we were just looking at the narrative that was out there, narrative of fear and trying to push you to think a certain way. And if you thought opposite, you were labeled as someone who was a pseudo-intellectual, and it continued until I think Jamaican people have what I call a native intelligence.
True.
Because people kept saying, allow us to make informed decisions. Is that true? Allow people to make informed decisions. Give them the skills, give them the knowledge, allow them to be able to discern. And in Proverbs 23 and verse 7, it says, for the thoughts of his heart are, so is he. Some people say, as a man thinketh, so is he becoming. And that is a continuous theme that we find throughout the good old scriptures in terms of the ability to think, have the information to process it, and then to make good decisions. And you said, I ask you again for your definition of wisdom. What is wisdom? What is wisdom? It's wisdom that the Word of God says that's how God created the earth and put everything into being. What is wisdom, Mike? Just your definition of wisdom.
Wisdom is the right application of knowledge, my brother, in the best interest of those who need that wise action or right application.
Okay. So it is the...
So wisdom is not just knowledge.
No.
Some people think that because they know they are wise. But no, what you do with the knowledge is what indicates if you are a wise person or not. And I am positing that what is to be done for you to be recognized as wise is to ensure that you apply rightly the knowledge you have in the best interest of those who need the action or the right application.
In the best interest of those who need...
Best interest. Because remember, from the perspective of the written Word of God, and remember we said yesterday too, let's not fool ourselves that is just a religious document. It's a life skills document. It has value for anyone who would want to transform their lives positively. Look to what is known as the Scripture or the Word of God. What preachers like you preach from is actually a life skills manual that a creator put together to help the creation that he designed. So if we look to that and we understand that wisdom is different than what we normally are told it is, and I believe that has more credence than any other document because of the amount of persons through which those truths came and the length of time it represents in terms of a document that's compiled to help us. So that's why I unashamedly will look to it, not because I have any pastoral training or because I think that religion is great, but simply because it's a wise thing to do. That document has so much data that can help us. So that's what we look to all the while.
Okay. So it is important then, Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh, so is he. But a right interpretation would be, as a man is thinking, so is he becoming, because your thoughts that you have, your perceptions of situations will cause you to come to an understanding, and based on that understanding you make decisions, and based on the decisions you have to act, and your actions become your habit over time, and that those actions become your behavior. So it's so important that you guard your mind, guard the way that you are thinking, because out of it, again, the good book says, proceeds all of the things that pertain to your own life. And that is why I'm saying we have to be so careful in regards to what we think, our perception of the information that we receive, that we get the understanding that we can act wisely in the situation.
By the way, I should ask you, you realize though that even though what you're suggesting is a fail-safe approach almost to how humans should respond to knowledge, thinking can be manipulated.
That's where I'm going. Thinking can be manipulated based on the information that is what? Yeah.
Based on the information, and that would fall under the knowledge data aspect of thinking, on the information that's fed to the mind. You can manipulate somebody's thinking if they don't have the wisdom to sift through the knowledge that's being gained, the data that you're throwing at them. And by the way, in universities, it is taught we have classes that teach you how to manipulate people's minds. And,
Stop
it's
say that.
true.
Stop
It's
say
true
that,
because
man.
remember, no, it's true.
Stop say that.
And I know you'll laugh at it, but
Stop say that. Stop say that, man. Stop say that.
Anybody who is, let me say this carefully, because I don't want us to offend people when we reveal truth and share knowledge and so on, but anybody who is trained in communication is generally taught some strategies on how to manipulate the minds of the people that you are sharing, with whom you're sharing knowledge. So there are strategies.
Okay.
And of course, similarly too, though, in the same way that persons are taught to be manipulative as they are, of course, being persuasive. Because the objective, especially in the political arena, is to try to persuade you, Pastor Percy, to think green or think orange in terms of the principles that either of those colors represent, so to speak.
Okay.
But you can also arm yourself with knowledge as to how not to be manipulated.
Okay. So, so think green, think orange, or think white.
Well, sometimes they can be wise, It's just for us to determine whether or not there's some wisdom in what we're being told. I wouldn't go as far as either disparaging any of them as not being wise but the point is, I know sometimes we look at manipulation as a negative aspect. And generally, the manipulation, if I put on my counseling hat for a moment, those who are manipulative in a harmful way are usually persons who are narcissistic in their nature. In other words,
they might use it for their end purpose.
Yeah, man, it's their purpose.
They're not business about you. Them going to see
it's
how
somebody
best.
who is a me first person. Everything is about them first.
Yes.
Nothing counts except them. Me first, me second, me third, and if anything is left over, me fourth. So there's no room for you in a narcissistic mind's approach to life. Dangerous people. And especially when you give them power, either in the public domain or the pastoral domain,
or in the private relation
power,
yes,
they can destroy.
I've seen that happen in terms of relationship. You, as a counselor, one of the persons in the relationship is narcissistic, and they just put pressure on the persons until the person become wise and say, "No, I'm out of here. I'm out of here." They use gaslighting in terms of what they deal with the person. They are never wrong. It's always the other person, and we see that happening a lot in terms of relationships. We see that happening even in terms of in churches. We see it happening in terms of the national stage, because I don't know if you recall, even as we think about things, that we're getting a lot of information about how good the economy is, how crime is down, and not in terms of the data that is out there, but people's felt reality is totally different. And somebody said, "No, man, it what you're thinking is no, it's not right." So it's kind of unfortunate in regards to that. So as a man is thinking, so is he. All right, Mike. So misinformation versus disinformation versus truth.
Well, we stand with truth all the while, my brother, because any other aspect, people have this way to say that that's a half truth. There is no half truth. That's misinformation. That's an attempt to mislead.
Okay.
And you put on the table a while ago, it delves into, for example, the running of our country and our economy. And it is possible, of course, to use data to make a governing crew look good. While at the same time, as you said, the reality is is not being felt by the people. Or for example, the issue of our unemployment, 4.2%,
Yeah.
the lowest ever since 1962.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is to be applauded for real, you know.
No, it is. No, and we can't take away from. Yes.
On the one hand, your employment/unemployment data is what the external rulers, movers and shakers use to determine if they should assist your country or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important to look good on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that clear for one. All right? So even if the persons doing the misleading are deliberately doing so, it's important that the country internationally looks good on paper. But here's the problem. This is what some countries do, for example, and I suspect Jamaica does the same thing based on what I see. Unemployment and employment, those constructs are affected by the amount of persons who are employed in some kind of production of goods or services for the national economy.
Whether private or public. Whether private or public.
Whether private or public.
Yes.
It's possible, though, that Michael can give Percy a job.
Yes.
And as a result of Percy getting that job, he's now listed as employed.
Yeah, even for 1 hour for the week.
And therefore, he comes off of the side of the data that would put him in the unemployment line. He's now employed. However, even though he is employed, his rate of remuneration or payment is so low that he has to look to somebody for bus fare to go and collect his first 2 weeks' salary.
Mm. And that's a reality for a lot of people.
All right. Now, the thing is, when I sit in an office in the IMF in New York or World Bank or somewhere, I don't know that reality. I only know the reality that the finance minister sent to me that says Percy is employed.
Mm-hmm.
So I applaud. Excellent, Jamaica, you employed Percy. And I've overlooked the fact that in employing Percy, I have actually put him in another designation by keeping him so lowly paid. He's now part of what is called the working poor.
Mm. And
he is listed as employed, but he can't afford to keep the employment without looking to some external person
to supply
for additional income to keep him going.
All right. So
that is not real employment. Now,
okay.
The politicians know that. The private sector knows that. But nobody's not going to talk openly about it like that because it not sound good.
Yeah, but Mike, even in terms of the methodology, so Capri has said that there's a $600,000 people, 600,000 persons who they don't want to be employed or they're not actively seeking employment. And the question that we have to ask ourselves is, why is that so? Is it that because remember, when those figures came out first, when you looked in terms of the methodology as to how it is, and it's what's been used all of this time, right? Is it that if you know that if you are employed if in a week you're employed for 1 hour, you're considered to be employed. Doing something for 1 hour, you're considered to be employed.
So what's the question you're asking?
So no,
why some of the persons don't want to be employed?
Yeah, there are some people who don't want to be employed.
Yes,
yeah.
Well,
And the question is, why is it that
you're delving into another area now of reality? And here is the reality. Let me give you a personal illustration. There is a well-known tea company in Jamaica that from time to time will ask me to provide them with products for their export market.
Okay.
As a result, I will in turn give employment to young males in the area to harvest the products that the tea company wants. Just a few weeks ago, the tea company called me while I was your side of the world in Kingston there, saying, hey, we have an export emergency, an export emergency. A vendor dropped out. We need to fill the gap. Can you help us? I said, well, I do have the product, but I am not anywhere near my home. However, go ahead and send your truck. I will call one of the young males and have them go across the property, start harvesting, meet them at X point. I called a trustworthy young man.
Mm-hmm.
And Pastor P, he said to me, Coach, we no work for them monkey money there again. So I said to him, why are you disrespecting me like that? I've never underpaid you. Because what I try to do, if I give a youth a day's work, I'm always going to get much more than what the government time
is the going rate, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And quite often I make sure to that he's getting a day's work for an hour's work.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, why would you disrespect me like that? I've never underpaid you. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
He says, no, coach, no disrespect. Yeah, man, you always pay good. But I'm just saying we don't work for that monkey money again. I said, what you mean? What's going on? You have good work somewhere? He said, Coach, we have a scamming unit up here now, you know.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Now I tell you that story because right away.
Yes, sir.
That placed him and his bungalow.
Yes.
Because a whole bunch of them roll. They no longer need employment, as far as I'm concerned. They will not appear anywhere on Dr. Nigel Clark's employment list. Because as far as they're concerned, they are disconnecting themselves from the lawful aspect of earning.
Mm-hmm.
Because for them, it's not enough. Now, we are at fault again because we have allowed a number of generations to develop based on illegality, on an underground economy. So that's one reason I believe why some of our young males and females don't seek employment anymore and fall under that category. There's another aspect too. We have, in the same community, we have young males and females who leave high school and there's no immediate employment. Some of it is their fault. They didn't gain enough.
They never access the training that was available to them.
Yeah, man.
Them thing, they right?
And by the way, it's not as easy because some of us write them off right away. Boy, you waste your time at school. Pastor P, those of you who live in Kingston and live upper Harper Tree area and go to school on North Street just down the road, or you live in Norbrook and go to school at Immaculate just down the road, you will never understand what it is to have to get up from 4 o'clock in the morning
to go to school. I understand
to go to school way up in the hill or down by the coast.
Yeah.
And then you come home
late,
late at night, especially if you're an athlete and you have to study.
Yes.
And there's just not enough time. And there's that pressure on our children. Yet all of us have to take the same exam and there's the same bar for us to prove that we are worth something.
Yeah.
So again, I tell that long story because I don't want any listener to just write off and look at Dunn's country picking them. It's a serious struggle. And when you see somebody from country achieve, you would never understand as a person that's born in the KMTR. You would never understand the struggle
to get to school because I know, because even as you speak about that, we're coming up on the 7 o'clock break, just to finish that point. I'm associated with one of the high schools here, and when you go and you're doing mentorship, you say, why I'm sleeping? Because I come from far, coming from St. Mary to come to school. So in order to get to school, for school that starts at 7:30, 20 to 8, he have to be out of his house, catch a bus, sleep on the bus, get to school. And it's the same thing that he does in the evening to go back. So the traveling time, hour and a half, and it is something that is widespread, even a lot of schools.
Yes, and the systemic problem is that we have had government after government develop education in an unrealistic way that didn't consider wisely the best interests of those who need the action.
So it come back to where we started in terms of the thinking, the mind, as a man is thinking. So you are saying even for a lot of what we do, we have not been very wise, employing the wisdom in order to get the best result for everybody at the end of it.
Yeah.
So when we come back from our 7 o'clock break, we continue to speak about mind games and misinformation versus disinformation. How is that important for us even as we are moving forward in terms of making decisions in terms of the politics? Because that is, we're going to have to talk about that some more in terms of the polls are out, and some people have said that this is not really a local government election. It is like a national election, because we've not had one in the last 7-8 years. So people going, I'm thinking that the amount of persons who go to vote will be even greater than in previous years in any local government election. So when we come back from our 7 o'clock break, we continue on this theme of emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. As we remember the great one, Robert Nesta Marley. I'm almost saying another name.
Let's just hear. We remember the great one, celebrated as great now.
Yeah,
because when he wrote those words,
he was
not appreciated in his own country. Prophet was without honor
in his own country. Yeah, when we come back, so we break now for 7 o'clock, and then we'll come back at about 7:10. Engineer. Yeah. All right then. Good.
See you then.
Yeah, man.
BES 100 FM, broadcasting live in all 14 parishes. Hanover 100.5, 100.9. St. James 100.9. Trelawney 100.3, 100.9. St. Anne 100.3, 100.5. St. Mary 100.5. Westmoreland 100.1, 100.5. St. Elizabeth 100.1, 100.5. Manchester 100.1, 100.5. Clarendon 100.1, 100.5, 100.9. St. Catherine 100.5, 100.9. St. Andrew 100.5, 100.9. St. Thomas 100.5 and 100.9. BES FM, giving you the better vibe.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. You're simply the best.
BES FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
It's Vaughn.
And Charnel.
And we're here with what you need to know this week. Wink.
With a Y.
So, Charnel, how was your weekend?
It was fine, I didn't do anything really special, but it was good though. How about you?
I lie them at here.
Lie them at with what?
I never meet them seen at a red, green and gold mesh marina, purple shorts and brown clothes. I dance with a lady in a green shirt and yellow cap, and I one light post right by the entrance to stadium during the dancehall week road march at the gun. I never me. Yeah?
Interesting. So where I say never you?
I never me. I'm an evil twin Raoul, man. I have to do them something there and get me in a trouble. Me, I'm far too modest and introverted an individual to participate in that kind of activity, especially when my very churchical grandmother would want me to go to a 2-day prayer meeting to get back in our good graces.
Here, no.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Vaughn decent.
Yes, of course. Vaughn is a very decent, well-behaving individual. But Raoul, no man. Raoul need to spend some time in the naughty corner. He has to do them something. Yeah.
Anyway, as you talk about the dancehall street parade, it looks like it turned out well based on the pictures and stuff that I saw online.
I'm sure they would have wanted bigger crowds and so on. But remember, this is the very, very first one. And it does take time for events to grow and truly garner mass appeal like that. I hope that it comes back next year. And there's time to really blanket the region with promotional material, and we get bigger sponsors, the whole 9 yards, to make it a whole island thing, you know?
Me too. Me tired for say it, but dancehall is our own, and we have to treat it accordingly. If we want it to bust to the moon and back, we have to spend up with money and put it on a level. All right? Good.
All right. Now, in other news, I hope the people were paying attention in Parliament last week, because if they were, they would have heard that the Finance Minister has tabled a $1.3 trillion budget for the 2024-25 financial year, which starts on April 1.
People, this is your tax dollars at work. And if somebody dip up in my pocket and take out my money, saying they're spending it to help me, I would want to know what it is being spent on. Not true? Mm-hmm. And worse, when we start hear some breeder numbers we never hear before. People, we're gone in at the trillions now with a capital T.
The minister says 3 main areas are the focus of the budget, but it's nothing new really. I mean, first is debt financing, aka paying back the people that Jamaica owes. And then there's recurrent expenditure, aka that's paying like the salaries of public sector workers and other things that keep the government functioning, all right? And lastly, there's the capital expenditure. That's the money we use to fund new development projects like building schools and bridges and that kind of thing, you know?
Me don't know about Unu, you know, but me no ram for try understand what go on in the budget and how it benefit me and all of that. I encourage all of you to do the same. For example, they mentioned that a lot of water systems are going to be upgraded in the next financial year, including the Rio Cobra treatment plant. And when that is done, it should mean the end of water lockoffs in the dry season for Kingston, St. Andrew, and Portmore.
All right, good thing that, right? Mm-hmm. And next thing is the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, that will be operationalized during the 2024-25 legislative year. That means they will start enrolling people in the National Identification System, NIDS, and start issuing cards and so on.
Who knows, people? There might even be an allocation to the Ministry of Culture for Dancehall Week 2025 and a bigger, better street parade. But we won't know unless we know where to look and what questions to ask, right, Vaughn?
Due to me never really did the street parade, I mean, I really know nothing about them something there, because as I said, me never did it, right, Grandma? Never did it, I mean, I know nothing about them something there. I've got to ask Raul.
All right, Vaughn. Well, guys, that's it for Wink today. Got comments? Send an email to radio@jis.gov.jm. Connect with us on X @JIS News.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok @JIS Voice, and interact with us on Facebook @Jamaica Information Service. Until next time, I'm Vaughn.
And I'm Charnel, reminding you that knowledge is power, so stay in the know.
You didn't know say it illegal to show anybody your ballot paper or who you vote for? Your vote is your secret.
You may be fined up to $80,000 or be imprisoned for up to 5 years for voting openly.
Remember, you must mark your ballot behind the voting booth.
Fold your ballot so that the mark is not exposed.
If you expose your mark, your ballot will be declared spoiled.
No one should ask you to expose your ballot, as this is a criminal offense.
Your ballot cannot be traced back to you once the counterfoil has been removed.
Your vote is your secret.
Free and fair elections. It's up to you.
That was an important announcement from the Electoral Commission of Jamaica.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
No, the water gone again. Yo, Dave, where did you get your water tank from? Multi-plastics tanks a lot? Oh, yeah, I heard they're selling cutting-edge water tanks. Let me find my way to 37 South Road or call them at 876-968-6657 now.
Your taxes hold the key.
Let's get digital. Get online this March 15. File and pay your final income tax return for 2023 and estimated return for 2024. There are so many options. JamaicaTax.gov.jm, direct funds transfer, NCB online banking, and Scotia online and mobile app. Pay your taxes the digital way. All returns must be filed online and on time. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
Grandpa, where are you going?
But see, I have business done by JPS and I need Stephen to take me. I'm going to see what I owe and pay.
You don't have to leave the yard, Pops. Just call 888-225-5757 5577.
You mean to tell me, say, me not have to wait in line anymore?
Grandpa, I registered your account. So when you call from this phone, JPS already knows you and they just give you information.
Look where me live, Fissy. Thank God for you young people.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you. Sing along to my stereo.
Hey, my listening crew. This is your late afternoon companion to Shikalu on your 100 FM dial. Make sure you tune in and turn up every Tuesdays from 5 until 7 p.m. for OTAWTL. That is on the ear with yours truly. A program that will leave you inspired, entertained, and informed. With credit giveaways each week. Street Link, where we go in the streets to find out from the people what is hot and what is not, and so much more. And guess what? You can now voice your birthday shout-outs on our WhatsApp line at 876-438-9442, and we'll play them live on air. So what are you waiting for? Turn up Tuesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on Best 100 FM, the station that is sizzling every day.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to The Morning Connection. It's now 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome back, Michael. How are you, sir? Michael? Mind games, mind games. You're not playing mind games with me this morning, my friend. Hello? Yes, so we lost connection. But he made a very, very important point. Information, data that is shared becomes very, very important. And do you know that you can selectively share information or put it in such a way that what happens is that you're not really sure in terms of what has happened in regards to the information. So as we're joined again by Michael. Yes, Michael. Hello? Hello? Don't know what's happening. Yeah, so today as we continue to proceed in terms of mind games, the importance of information versus disinformation. As somebody says, we call it half-truths. Some of the time, there is nothing like a half-truth or a white lie. I remember going to an occasion and somebody says there's a white lie, there's a black lie, there's a pink lie, and there is white, pink, black, blue. But all of them are lies. It's just that what the person was saying is just how you use it. And I found that very interesting. For somebody who has to work in terms of truth. Mike, you're back online?
Yes, I'm back.
Yes, Mike. I was saying mind games, the games that we play with persons' minds as we just recap what we've said in terms of Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh, so is he becoming. And it's so important that you're able to guard your heart. Guard what goes into your heart, because out of it proceeds the issues of your life. And I just was sharing a scenario that your perceptions lead to your understanding of a situation, which allows you to make decisions.
Correct decisions, yes.
When you make decisions, you have to act on the decisions. Your actions over time become habits. Your habits become behavior, and your behavior is what sets your destiny. So you have to be careful in terms of the information, how you process it and what you deal with it, and how you discern what is happening. And
you have inadvertently helped your listeners understand how to get around or avoid or overcome mind games, Because, again, to put on counseling hat, one of the things is one of the major areas. Remember, I had said that there is even formal training available.
Yes, and I wanted to open...
manipulate people.
Yeah, so tell me about that a little bit.
I went to a school that has a book titled How Harvard Rules the World. And somebody wrote out their strategies of political and national and international manipulation that is practiced. And part of that, by the way, is inviting people to the university to study.
Okay.
But anyway, the first aspect you just mentioned there is awareness. Anybody listening must try to make themselves aware of whatever it is, the situation that they're dealing with. And you played that powerful song that Bob Marley popularized, Emancipate Yourselves from Mental Slavery.
None but ourselves.
To avoid mind games, the first thing anybody has to do is make sure your own mind is strong enough and filled with the correct information necessary. Even if you look at, the biggest mind game playing was recorded in that book we love, and people overlook it though, because we put it under the temptation of Jesus Christ.
Because a mind game.
Ever take the time to read that Pastor P? Evidently, one entity was playing mind games.
Oh, you mean the temptation?
With the Savior of the world.
When it came out, it's mind games they were playing, man.
And
if you are
information that Jesus used to back him up, correct information from the written word of God to back him up. So it's important to be aware. So build your knowledge base and be very aware. Now, that don't mean that you won't be manipulated enough, but at least you'll be able to resist. Because just in the same way, for example, that I can say to you, when I saw the 4.2 unemployment data, because I had some knowledge of the fact that employment data can be manipulated, and I gave you one aspect of how it can be manipulated. And by the way, that's a decent manipulation.
Can a man know work?
Yeah.
I am at other work, which is illegal work.
So when I was speaking to colleagues abroad, and I'm, whoa, Michael, man, I've seen the news about your country, 4.2, that's incredible. And then we had a dialogue about how the data could be manipulated and what are some of the strategies being used to give persons employment that's not really employment.
But that's serious.
Whoa, okay.
Wow, all right.
So your country and your minister playing games. I said, no, don't look at it like that. I mean, they have to maintain state power because they believe that they have the best interests of the country at heart. So I forgive them for playing the game.
You forgive them for playing the game. You're a good man.
But at the same time, the point I'm making is I had enough information to realize it is not as powerful a bit of information, the 4.2, as it would have been if it was real and not just part of a political ploy to keep state power.
Okay.
Any day we really go down to 4.2 unemployment, because, Brother Percy, you have to understand that a country's wealth is attached
to its
the
people,
production of goods and services for the national economy.
And attached to its
people.
people.
State power tomorrow, we should find ways to get people producing until you're close to zero unemployment. But when your motive is really to keep state power, you will play games. And you will manipulate the data. and you will look good at the IMF while the country suffers.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question.
Somebody determines the reality is not matching the data.
Right. Because somebody...
And then here's the danger. If it goes on too long, people start kicking up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that disparity of data and reality as a result of mind games that leads to revolution.
Let me ask you something. So this
discontent, disgust.
Right. Because somebody has always said enlightened self-interest. That's what we gave his name, enlightened self-interest. And he pointed to the fact that you're hearing information, news going about what's happening, but him said the eye test. That is reality on the ground, the eye test in terms of people being employed and saying. But said when I walk, I see so much people in the corner in my community. So who are these people that are being employed? So you are saying the eye test in terms of people's felt reality is a major thing. Is that what? Yeah.
I do believe that part of our employment, excuse me, part of the way we handle employment here has created a whole new set of Jamaicans called the working poor. And our youth are realizing that. And the danger of that is that whereas they were happy in the beginning,
yes,
our current leaders may realize that they're going to, that the kickback may reach them. Because I've heard so many people, even in this locale, where BPO employment is like heaven. And then when I realize, no, but this, I'm only becoming indebted to friends and family, and I'm not able to. Just yesterday, I was speaking to a young lady who was asking me, can't you find me employment elsewhere? Because I'm not living above my means. All I'm doing is living and taking care of my child, our children, my two children.
Mm-hmm.
No expenses outside of that. No entertainment. No expendable income, no excess income that I can use to even save. And I cannot, from segment to 2 week segment, get to work.
Yeah. So Mike, so what we're talking about is what we're talking about is we hear this expression, a livable wage, and that expression was very strong in terms of the negotiations, in terms of the new wage employment structure, remuneration by the government, and I think you take 20%, we take 200%, as really jarred the psyche, the minds of a lot of Jamaicans. Cause is that going away, or is it still very present in terms of the wounds that it has opened up? Because I know a lot of teachers, and you are involved in teaching. One of the things is that, do you know, okay, we had the wave of teachers leaving, all right?
Yes.
And the wave of teachers still leaving, because when you looked at the papers in January, there's a whole lot of vacancies again, and we haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah. But Pastor P, all right, I hear you with that one. But, you know, the debate is going to continue. The hurt is going to continue because of the perception it gave when some sensible leaders gave 20% and take 200%.
Some sensible leaders. That's good. Sensible leaders.
Unwise.
Yes, okay.
But the thing is, here's the thing. We need to push upwardly as many categories of employment as possible when it comes to remuneration. So I'm not one of the Jamaicans who crying down MP salary and minister salary and so on. No.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be properly remunerated. We have persons in the diaspora that could add great value to governance here. But they will never come home because our rates of employment are not comparable.
Rates of payment.
Payments, are not comparable.
Mm-hmm.
What we need to do is, of course, make that happen. But the problem, as one minister said, is that you know, if you give 200% increase to the teachers and then multiply that by the amount of teachers, you're going to bust your budget. But if you
Okay.
give
No, and I
200%
understand that.
increase to
Yeah.
64 people,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to bust the budget.
All right.
So that was one of the reasons presented. I don't accept that reason because I think what those persons should do is work more on the side of the economy that gets Jamaicans producing, so that the country can get wealthier to afford the 200% increase, not just in Parliament, but in teaching, in nursing,
in law enforcement,
everywhere. But no, we manipulate the employment figures and rejoice because it tricked the world, and don't understand we're tricking ourselves.
Yeah. So again, mind games. So we have to take,
because if we really were at 4.2%, you know, we could afford to pay Pastor Percy and everybody some good money.
Pastor Percy.
Because we'll be producing enough goods and services to make the economy wealthy.
Okay.
But we instead think we're smart, and that is wisdom.
Okay. So
give me the figures.
Okay. So what you are saying, is it a shift in terms of a mindset to say that I begin with this? The God that I know and serve is a God who is a God of enoughness. He's not a God of scarcity. And if you begin with a mindset which says that there's enough for everybody to go around, but we need to put in the structures that would allow for everybody to get their piece of the pie.
There you go. Yeah.
To get their piece of the pie, then you do it. But if you operate with a mindset, a scarcity mindset, then you're going to have what you continue to have in regards to how we do
That's a very correct statement assessment. Yeah.
So with that in mind now, let's look at what's happening. The polls are out. Unimpressed as a headline. Pundit sees polls as a wholeness golden showdown. Only 24% of persons give councillors thumbs up. That is basically what Ashley's been saying, Dr. Paul Ashley's been saying for a very long time. In your own mind, is this election a local government election, or is it the first national election we are having?
Say that again. I didn't hear it clearly.
You heard what I said? Is this really a local government election we're having, or is it a national election, which is, he says, is goalless versus goal length?
Well, I tell you, it seems to be more a national election in my mind than a local government election. Even yesterday, you should have been in West Portland yesterday.
Okay. What happened?
The Prime Minister visited.
Yes.
Yes, it was, of course, incredible. I sat down going, this is not a local government election. All right, understand how politics work. You know, draw the Prime Minister to come boost your poor councillors in a constituency. No, you visit if the MP is running, not if for local government aldermen or councillors are running, but yet that is the current game that's being played, and it makes me wonder why this local government election is so important.
Yeah, we just never call it.
The PM would visit a local. Now understand, West Portland only has 4 divisions.
Right.
4. That's all. We're not like your side there that have no 4. And yet you believe that you need to draw on your highest level of public service office to ensure the highest level of public awareness of your candidates for this area. Incredible. It means that this local government election may be something we have never seen before.
In terms of the turnout?
For example, usually the voter turnout is low for local government elections.
Yes.
It may be extremely high this
No,
time around. And by the way, the leader of the opposition did the same kind of West Portland tour. So something is going on with this local government election. And I'm wondering that if it is close, or if the current governing party wins it closely if we won't have a general election, a snap election, almost immediately. Because they're campaigning too much like a national election.
But
but anyway, that's off the path. We were talking about
no, but I'm
even
saying
surveys can be manipulated. Just to let you know.
Yeah, we know that.
Polls can be manipulated.
Right. So because a week ago you had blue up saying it was 32-24. I guess by today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the Don-Anjou poll, RGR polls will come out to say who's going to win the local government election. What do you think?
Well, I tell you something. I forgive me, but I generally don't follow polls, particularly in my country here, because of, number one, the fact that I know that they can be manipulated. Once again, once you attend any type of university on communication, on politics and government, you're actually taught classes on how to manipulate.
How to manipulate.
How to trick your audience by picking your audience.
Okay.
Can you imagine that?
All right. How to trick your audience by picking your audience. It's 7:30 in the morning. We're going to go for a short break. So don't come off the line. Just stay online as we continue to look at mind games. Mind games that are being played with us, and how do we discern and make right decisions based on what we want to see our outcome being. All right? So stay tuned. It's now 7:30 on the Morning Connection. This is your host, Percival Palmer, joined online by Michael Aiken out of Cool Portland.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Do you remember, Jolo?
Yeah, man.
Well, guess what? I allow it 4 to 6 every Friday.
Boom shot.
On Best 100 FM.
Boom shot.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
Well, I eat that.
I love it. Which part today?
Tune in, beloved people. We're there for it. Bless you.
Best FM. Go.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
For all your Honda Ridgeline parts in Kingston, call 326-7371 or 821-5232 now. We sell genuine shocks, power steering pumps, engine mount, fender liner, strut mount, front end parts, engine parts, electrical switches and sensors, and many, many more. Remember, we are your Honda Ridgeline parts dealer located in Kingston. Contact us now at 326-7371 or 821-5232 for more details.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
We are something special on the road.
Your taxes. Let's get digital this tax season. File and pay your final income tax return for 2023 and estimated return for 2024 due on March 15 with tax support in so many ways. Start connecting with us through our web hub at jamaicatax.gov.jm, Customer Care Center 888 Tax Help, or Special Taxpayer Assistance Program. Tutorials available online. All income tax returns, including individual, must be filed online and on time by March 15. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica.
Promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, welcome back to The Morning Connection. This is your host, Percival Palmer, going solo this week without my beautiful co-host, Minett, who is on a bit of sabbatical, but I'm joined from yesterday with Pastor Michael Aiken out of Portland. All right, Michael, so you have said you can be taught how to manipulate things. So and there's misinformation versus this information.
Right.
And we're talking about polls, and the poll says only 24% of Jamaicans give counselors thumbs up in terms of what is happening. So there are 228 polling divisions, electoral divisions being contested across the island. We had 499 candidates. We had some independents happening. 7 from the former JLP members and 4 from the PMP who had been expelled from the party because they were going up against a selected person. What does that say to you? What do you think is happening in regards to this heightened interest in regards to this election? It's been not held for close to 7-8 years. Now it's been held, but we see golden versus wholeness.
Right. Well, my first comment on that would be I am happy for the interest in the local government election. And I'm one of those persons who really believe that as close to 100% of Jamaicans as possible should participate in the electoral process. I'm not a Christian who thinks that we should stay away from politics.
Yeah, we must be involved. We must be involved, yes.
About the fact that this local government election has generated so much interest. And I hope you tell everybody at your church, go and go vote.
Tell people they must vote. Go and vote.
Is important.
It is your franchise.
People died, especially ladies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the other day them get the chance to vote, and some of our Jamaican ladies treating it as if somehow it's not important.
It is important.
And yet persons died for our right
to vote
right now, to disregard elections and don't vote. Okay, so let's get that out the way. Please go and vote, anybody listening right now in local government and general elections.
Vote. That's the only way you can determine.
You are actually representing the hand of God when you vote, because the Bible is clear, that life skills manual is clear. Leaders are selected by him. We mess it up by thinking is our vote the thing, but is his selection through Michael and Percy determines who will govern us.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that an awesome responsibility?
Right, because and I remind people all the time, he has given to us as human beings stewardship for the earth. We run things. And so within our power, except there is need to be a divine intervention, then we are the persons who, based on the principles he has set up, as how we must live with each other, be living righteously, justly, and so on.
And I really am disgusted, especially when I hear Christians have this blasé approach to politics and voting, and constantly disparaging the process and not wanting to participate in the process, but yet complaining
about what happened.
when somebody gets elected,
and then
crying out to God, wanting change.
When you can have
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's ignorant.
Okay.
Now, as it pertains then to the second matter of why I'm excited about the local government election is because of the importance for local people. This is where government first touches citizens, and we spoke about that yesterday. The common things in life, the basic amenities that communities need to have, that's primarily funneled through local government. So we can't disregard it, because the life needs like water and sanitation are important to
roads. Talk about your road yesterday.
Roads of people.
The basic
important
road.
to, and here's how that touches the national economy too. Remember we earlier spoke about the fact that we need leaders who understand that every Jamaican should produce some good and service for the national economy, because that is what increases our GDP or our prosperity pie. But the problem is, if you have Michael over country here planting some type of food item that England and America need, and as a result will give good foreign exchange to the national government when they purchase what Michael plants. But you don't give Michael roads.
Good road that him can move it from point A to point
E. From Portland
to Kingston.
To Kingston.
That him can export it.
Yeah, man, you're really unwise as a leader.
Yeah. So that is the importance of election. I want to switch gears for you. On our front page this morning, the Herbert Morrison Technical principal was abducted on his way home. He went to a place. He was on his way home from Balaclava in St. Elizabeth to Montego Bay. He said he picked up a woman and man about 8:15 p.m. and his wife became it went out like crazy yesterday that he's gone missing. And interestingly, there was a quick response, so that's how he was rescued yesterday. Boy, I tell you, man. And
well, the issues of crime and violence continue, my brother.
Oh my Lord! And him says it's because the woman he saw this lady. That's why he stopped, to give her a ride.
All right. Well,
Adam said he picked up the man and the woman, and it was the pretty girl that made him stop. Those are his words.
Well, all right. Let us presume, sir. I don't know why you're gone down this trail, but let us presume he's speaking truth.
But what the man reports in the Gleaner.
Yes, but remember now, even yesterday we recognized that we are part of a country where speaking truth is not the most important thing.
Okay. Well.
Whether you're a prime minister or peanut seller, we are not high on that value called truth. Whether you are saint or sinner, in Jamaica we tend to gravitate towards untruth before we gravitate towards truth. But let us presume that the principal is speaking the truth.
And he's rescued. Thank God for him. He's rescued.
Yes,
he was rescued.
He was kidnapped, first of all, and then rescued. Well, of course, my first takeaway is I applaud our security forces or the citizens who were involved in the quick response.
Yeah, because there was a search on from him, There was a search on from him, which was across lines. Yeah, because the police...
By the way, good use of social media.
Yes,
because within a couple hours of him not appearing where he ought to be.
And the more saying should not touch
over social media.
Yeah, it was. That's a good use of it.
We had people praying for him, and we had people taking on action to find him.
Mm-hmm.
So we must applaud those good things in our society and give God thanks for that.
Yes.
If he's speaking truth.
I assume he might talk the truth.
Well, I'm not disputing the truth,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be assured that he's speaking the truth. Because in the same way that I recognize I'm part of a culture that don't like truth, then that means I have to be suspicious of anything, any information placed in front of me if I am to be a wise person. I can't just accept everything, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not in any way disparaging the principal. I just want to ensure that he's speaking the truth. And if he is, then the first round of applause should go to the citizens, the security forces, the social media people who rallied behind this precious life that could have been taken.
Yeah,
We
and that,
applaud and we thank God for that.
and
He's speaking truth.
Mike, and you raise an important point, which is something that we need to continue to speak about. Every life is precious in this country.
Man.
Every life.
Yes,
Whether it's a
every life.
principal or a youth in this community, that young man that lost his life on the bus because he was not being wise. It is the sanctity and of life, the preciousness of life, reverence for life is important.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, as you mentioned that youth, may I ask if you know if there's truth in the fact that the opposition leader has dedicated his efforts in winning the local government election to that young male?
I don't know. I'm not on social media like you, because I'm not there.
I'm asking.
I don't know. I know yesterday that the General Secretary and the Chairman of the Public Relations Committee, JLP, Dayton Campbell and Nestor Morgan, were saying, well, PNP said them going to put in marshals, and the JLP saying, unequivocal, no greater control. So, and again, it is in the public domain and you hear all the information. But we, I think, must take greater accountability for ourselves in terms of what we do. Because somebody was saying too, that children being in the political hosting, because they don't have no vote, shouldn't be there. But some people are saying, not really. They just need to be safe if they're going to go out with their parents.
Okay, no. Let's get truth injected here.
Let me hear what you say now.
They should not be there.
You are saying they should not be there?
Yes.
Because they don't have a vote?
But if they are there,
yes,
they should be in a safe environment. Those are two truths that don't conflict. But let us recognize, no picnic shouldn't be involved up and down in no political campaign.
Them should be in school.
All right. Okay? But if they are, because it might be a situation where mommy don't have nobody to stay with the child, so she has to come with her. I have no problem with that.
Our daddy.
As a rule,
yes,
as a culture,
we should not.
I don't think they should be there.
Okay.
However, if they have to be there, they should be very well protected because they represent our future.
No, they represent now.
Yeah, man.
They represent now.
Our children are our future.
Not the future,
So
they
I
represent
must
now.
make sure that my future well protected.
No. So you are saying that you don't think they should be there?
No, they must not be there.
Okay.
But
all right.
if they are, they must be well protected. But the problem right now, Pastor Percy, is that we have a system that doesn't even recognize. It's not willing to grapple with the fact that we right now have a political process that doesn't honor things like that. We have, as we said yesterday, we have police officers who on leave right now during silly season. They will see overloaded vehicles, and if those vehicles were overloaded a month ago, it's 25 and 30 tickets them driver to get. But now we allow them free rein.
So what we're calling for is return to law and order.
Stupidity and unwiseness is that. Just because it's politics, we're going to cut that slack and somehow believe that we're setting a good example for our children by being unwise in that manner. But we have developed that process since 1962. It has taken us nowhere. So my appeal to your listenership again is, I could try righteousness just for a little while, no, man. It can't worse than where we are right now. So let's be wise in the way we deal with setting up our systems of operation, whether it's for political process or for production or whatever the case may be. Let's try to be very wise in the way we do it. But so far, that is not our Jamaican experience, but we can keep hope alive.
Misinformation.
No, let's get back to that. Misinformation, sir, because I had posited and agreed with you that we can manipulate information so much that it presents an incorrect reality. All right? No, that's so, and we're trained to do that. And I, for one, of course, too, because it... how can I put this without
what is the steps?
Okay.
Okay. So.
No, you notice I'm not hitting out against misinformation, as long as it doesn't fall in the realm of
propaganda.
Right. I will support manipulating data as someone trained in that area. I'll support manipulation of data, but I don't support untruth or lying. And it's for two reasons. Number one, I'm governed and informed from my life skills manual by the statement that says, lying lips are an abomination to God, but they that deal truly are his delight. I want to be my creator's delight 24/7. I don't want to be an abomination to him. That's a strong word. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then the second thing is, my father tricked me into telling the truth consistently.
Your
he
father?
noticed that I had a certain strong will and bravado towards life. I'm not afraid of no boy, no girl, no way, from I was a little child. And when he caught me in a lie one time, my father said, you know, you only tell lie to people that you're afraid of. And as a result, I big up my chest and I stopped telling lie because I'm not afraid of nobody.
Okay.
Now, those two constructs help me to develop character that's more given toward truth than untruth. So I say all of that to say, if you are manipulating data for the sake of persuading someone, as a principle, I accept that as all right, as long as you don't fall into the arena of telling a lie. Because I believe it is more important to be God's delight than it is to persuade Percy to vote for me. So when I was politically involved, yes.
You would manipulate the data.
I would do persuasive things.
You would have tell lie, man.
No. In fact, you're a joke.
You would have tell lie.
It's a serious illustration.
Michael, you would have tell lie.
In a circumstance, Pastor P, I told the truth in a matter. And by the way, got good results. But the persons around me believed that I should have lied. And would you believe somebody looked at me and said, Reverend, is not all the while you must tell the truth.
Okay.
Another one turned to somebody and said, you see why I told you we must not get this reverend involved in politics?
I'm going to tell the truth all the time.
Truth, you know, I said, but the truth just worked in this situation. The person walked away satisfied. They said it worked this time. But truth don't always work. And listen to what they went on to say. Even your Jesus tell lie.
Oh, he did?
I was in shock.
Okay.
Now, I tell you that long story again because it means that we are governed by people who believe.
That you must tell lie.
Yes, man. You can't go to the table of governance with that as a primary strategy. When your creator tell you that him consider that an abomination. The problem is, Pastor Percy, most of us don't work out things like that, you know.
Yeah, but
we just live an expedient life.
So the whole thing of speaking the truth, my grandmother, my mother told me once, and I've lost that lesson, that if you speak the truth, you don't have to remember what it did say.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, and
true.
So the whole thing of truth telling in what is happening in the hustings politically, as people are seeking to make up their minds, make decisions based on what is happening, they must seek to understand the information and then make a decision which either way they go. Because I tell people, and people have heard us say it on the program, people saying you must vote. I said no. 1938 coming forward, we have struggled as a people to have the right to vote. And pulling ourselves away from the process and saying, boy, it is so corrupt. If good people are not in it, if good people, honest good people are not in it, then how do we expect the process to change that it can benefit all of us as Jamaicans? When people make it seem like politics has not benefited us, but there are some things that we have had because of the political process. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
But I would not use that as a reason not to vote.
Okay. No, but I'm saying no, but So
in other words, I'm supporting what you're saying. You know?
Right. So
people
we
can't
must
use the negatives of politics to not vote, because your vote may move the process from the negatives that we now feel to the positives.
Right.
One of the good things about life is this, you know. If you have an unjust and unwise ruler now that was elected,
yes,
you can move him by a vote.
Right. And we still have that in our process.
The process because you're not happy with the current leadership. You can't do that. Just select leaders, and as you said yesterday, fear God. And as we pointed out, they must hate bribes and or corruption, and they must speak truth. Deliberately select leaders like that. Now it may be difficult in a culture, in a country where the culture has embraced dishonesty to the point where even those of us who pursue God with a whole heart, at the same time we pursue, or we have embraced, a culture of untruth and dishonesty. So it might be hard to find the people, but they are there.
Yeah, so all right, so look at the candidates, know your candidates. One of the questions we've been asking in lead up, do you know who the candidates are in your neck of the woods? The polls, in terms that most people say, yeah, we know, with most, like 60, 70% of the people say they know who the candidates are. And then even in terms of how the councils have behaved, some of them get high rating, some again get 0 rating, but in some parts of the country, they have said the council has worked for them. And one of the things that's attached to that is that the people live in the area. So if you live in the area, you're council for the area. You can't run away from the issues, which we need to talk about this whole thing of constitutional reform. Because one of the things people...
But before you go there, can I say that I agree with you that they must know their candidates, but I would want to add, know the candidates for both parties, or all 3 or 4.
Yeah, know all the candidates so you can look at them and then do it. Do you think in this we might get a surprise in terms of an independent winning in
I hope so.
In any of the things?
Not just an independent. Now, let me say this carefully. There was a particular election where 2 candidates were running, and one of the candidates that was on the other party. In other words, I had cast my hat toward a particular party to vote for based on the principles and the issues that I saw them trying to promote. But in one particular locale, I saw them have a candidate that I know that man have
no principle at all.
Yes.
So you vote otherwise.
Well, not just that. I was encouraging persons to vote for the candidates for the other party because that candidate, I knew him, and he was a man of principle and integrity. And somebody took me aside and said, Coach, is that the man that you're telling us to vote for, him on the other side, you know? It looks like you mix it up.
You lick your head.
No, I've mixed up, and I'm inviting you and try to persuade you to vote for him, even though he does not belong to the party that I support.
Because based on...
No, here's the response. Coach, on America this, you know?
Okay.
On America this.
Okay.
Or you see, now I tell you that illustration, because you see where the mindset is?
Yeah, but boy, I tell you.
So I brought truth to the table, you know? Over truth. One candidate could not be the people's representative.
He would not represent the people.
He had made it clear that he had no integrity. He was just for himself. Narcissistic politician.
Okay.
And yet people were willing to vote for him just because he represented the party that they wanted. We need to finish with that in this country, man.
Well, you might be a voice crying in the wilderness.
Saying that is a madman.
Yeah, but there are voice crying in the wilderness.
Yeah. Come on. We have to get to voting on issues like truth and justice.
And representation.
Yes, proper representation. How many parliamentarians as legislators go to parliament representing their constituency? No, they go representing their party and themselves. How long are we going to do that? and expect somehow a prosperous country.
Without change. Well,
yeah, man, can't work, so.
My brother, capable people, honest people who fear God, people who don't take bribe. You need to know your candidate. You need to ask questions of them. It's still time yet. And then
by the way, Pastor P, you realize, and we have this thing where we say what's in the Old Testament and reflected in the New Testament is real truth. I mean, we have to go with that. You know, the same approach was taken.
Yeah, in terms of selecting leaders in the church.
In the New Testament?
Yeah, man. Men without good report, one wife, known in the community. We can reflect on that tomorrow, even as we go, because we are saying, go look at your candidates, know them, and then vote. Yeah. Do not vote. And then even if it comes at the national level, you know, one of the things being integrity. One of the other things that come is the non-gazetting of returns 2021, 2022. All of those things, I think people are looking at it and saying, wow, and questions are being asked. That is the challenge. Yeah.
Do you really think that people will think about issues like that when they go to the polls?
I don't know, Michael.
Locally or nationally?
Michael, I don't know. I hope that they would. I hope with all of my heart that they would, because those things affect us, because I think that is eating away at everything that we have. Is this thing of corruption. In 2019, it was consuming 5% of our GDP, which at that point in time was $720 million US. And a lot of people's mind, it has increased. So the question is, do we want to continue down that road, or are we saying, no, enough is enough? Because I have to think about my grandchildren, not only my children, but my grandchildren.
My grandchildren.
That's what we have to
do.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Think about the future, because if we're doing that, somebody says we're moving towards becoming a failed state. We might not agree, but there are things along the road, and you, from your studies, would have picked that up internationally. It is now 8 o'clock. Mike, thanks for joining us. Tomorrow we will pray for our nation, and tomorrow I'm hoping...
I hope to join you in studio tomorrow, sir.
God's willing. But thanks very much. As a man thinketh, so is he becoming, because we will not succumb to mind games. As Bob said to us, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Thank you very much. It's now 8 o'clock.
Thank you for having me.
From the Morning Connection, this is Percival Palmer, your host. I'm joined by Michael Aiken. Thank you. Take the news now.
Bess 100 FM, broadcasting live in all 14 parishes. Hanover 100.5, 100.9. St. James 100.9. Trelawney 100.3, 100.9. St. Anne 100.3, 100.5. St. Mary 100.5. Westmoreland 100.1, 100.5. St. Elizabeth 100.1, 100.5. Manchester 100.1, 100.5. Clarendon 100.1, 100.5, 100.9. St. Catherine 100.5, 100.9. St. Andrew 100.5, 100.9. St. Thomas 100.5 and 100.9. Bess FM, giving you the better vibe.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Hello, I'm Emily Thomas with the BBC News. South Africa's ambassador to the Netherlands has told the UN's highest court in The Hague that Israel is applying a more extreme version of apartheid in the Palestinian territories than was seen in his own country. South Africa and the Netherlands are among the countries addressing the International Court of Justice about the legality of Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories. Anna Holligan is in The Hague.
South Africa's ambassador to the Netherlands accused Israel of subjecting the Palestinian people to an apartheid regime. Vusimuzi Mandonsela said Israel's occupation amounted to an annexation, that the world is witnessing an unprecedented assault in Gaza, and its failure to act was contributing to what the ICJ found to be a plausible risk of genocide. This case was generated by a request from the UN General Assembly, which asked for the ICJ's opinion on the legal status and consequences of Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories.
Israel does not recognise the jurisdiction of the ICJ. The court can only issue an advisory opinion. A final appeal by the WikiLeaks founder, Julian Assange, against extradition to the United States is getting underway at the High Court in London. Mr. Assange himself is not attending the court. If his appeal is turned down, Mr. Assange could be handed over to the US authorities within weeks. Our correspondent Nikki Schiller has been outside the High Court, where a noisy gathering of Julian Assange's supporters have been listening to speeches.
For the last 5 years, Julian Assange has been fighting extradition to the US to face trial over leaking military secrets. It actually all began back in 2010 when WikiLeaks disclosed huge numbers of military files about the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, the US says that put lives at risk, and they want him to face 18 charges under the Espionage Act. Julian Assange says it's all politically motivated and he has just exposed wrongdoing.
A British defence think tank says Russia is offering African governments a regime survival package in exchange for access to natural resources. The Royal United Services Institute says many of Moscow's activities in the continent appear to be carried out by a rebranded Wagner group. Speaking to the BBC, the report's author, Jack Watling, explained the details.
The regime survival package is how the Russians are internally describing a group of capabilities that ranges from personal protection for partner leaders, information operations to boost their popularity domestically, a range of economic protections against Western sanctions for how they might be behaving, and this provision of quite capable military forces to allow them to go after their internal opponents.
World News from the BBC. The World Health Organization says it's evacuated more than 30 patients, including children, from Gaza's stricken Nasser hospital in its second rescue mission. The territory's second-largest hospital in the southern city of Khan Yunis stopped functioning last week after being besieged by Israeli forces. The mother of the Russian opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, has made a direct appeal to President Putin to release his body to her. Standing outside the Arctic prison where her son died suddenly last week, a video showed her saying the authorities were refusing to give her his remains. A court in Moscow has ruled that the detained American journalist Evan Gershkovich could remain in jail until at least March the 30th. Mr. Gershkovich, a reporter with the Wall Street Journal, has spent nearly a year in prison after being arrested by security officials while on a reporting trip to the city of Yekaterinburg last year. Farmers in Poland have begun blocking roads across the country today to protest against EU regulations and cheap grain from Ukraine flooding the market. Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky, has urged all parties to restore cross-border traffic. Adam Easton reports.
Polish farmers will block motorways and express roads with tractors to wreak maximum traffic disruption. Border crossings with Ukraine are already being blockaded. At one, truckers are waiting for more than 2 weeks to clear customs. Farmers across Europe oppose planned EU restrictions on the use of fertilizers and pesticides. In Poland, they also want Brussels to reintroduce tariffs on Ukraine's agriculture imports that were lifted following Russia's invasion, causing cheap Ukrainian grain to flood the Polish market.
The German international footballer Andreas Bremer has died. He was 63. Bremer's penalty against Argentina in the 1990 FIFA World Cup final clinched the trophy for West Germany. Bremer scored for every team he played for. BBC News.
No! The water gone again! Yo, Dave, where did you get your water tank from? Multi-plastics tanks a lot? Oh yeah, I heard they're selling cutting-edge water tanks. Let me find my way to 37 South Road or call them at 876-968-6657 now.
Grandpa, where are you going?
But see I have business down by JPS and I need Steven to take me. I'm going to see what I owe and pay.
You don't have to leave the yard, Pops. Just call 888-225-5577.
You mean to tell me, say, me not have to wait in line anymore?
Grandpa, I registered your account. So when you call from this phone, JPS already knows you and they just give you information.
Look where me live, Fissy. Thank God for you young people.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is your radio pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Hey, my listening crew. This is your late afternoon companion to Chickaloo on your 100 FM dial. Make sure you tune in and turn up every Tuesdays from 5 until 7 p.m. for OTAWTL. That is on the ear with me, yours truly. A program that will leave you inspired, entertained, and informed. For the credit giveaways each week. Street Link, where we go in the streets to find out from the people what is hot and what is not, and so much more. And guess what? You can now voice your birthday shout-outs on our WhatsApp line at 876-438-9442, and we'll play them live on air. So what are you waiting for? Turn up Tuesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on Best 100 FM, the station that is sizzling every day.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
The Jamaica Labour Party is building a healthier Jamaica for us all. This means more doctors, more nurses, more hospital beds, more diagnostic equipment, and more health centers. This means more access to healthcare for all Jamaicans. It also means shorter waiting times, less medical bills, more smiles, and more lives saved. Join us in building a healthier nation. The Jamaica Labour Party, building for you and your community.
This election day, vote Jamaica Labour Party. The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
For all your Honda Ridgeline parts in Kingston, call 326-7371 or 821-5232 now. We sell genuine shocks, power steering pumps, engine mount, fender liner, strut mount, front end parts, engine parts, electrical switches and sensors, and many, many more. Remember, we are your Honda Ridgeline parts dealer located in Kingston. Contact us now at 326-7371 or 821-5232 for more details.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
We are something special on the road.
Your taxes.
Let's get digital this tax season. File and pay your final income tax return for 2023 and estimated return for 2024 due on March 15 with tax support in so many ways. Start connecting with us through our web hub at jamaicatax.gov.jm, Customer Care Center 888 Tax Help, or Special Taxpayer Assistance Program. Tutorials available online. All income tax returns, including individual, must be filed online and on time by March 15. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Morning Connection. This is your host, Percival Palmer. Remember, Sister Minett is on some sabbatical, but I'm here. But we've been ably assisted by Pastor Mike as we look this morning at Mind Games, and we use as a backdrop to what we're talking about Bob Marley's song, Emancipate Yourself. I say emancipate yourself from mental slavery. That is redemption song. So the lines are now open. Remember, only one of our lines are working. The line is 876-279-8473. You can call in and talk to us about any issue that you think is pressing, because we continue to be the voice for the voiceless in this nation. And local government coming up, we've been looking at leadership, what is required of leadership. And this morning, the interesting thing in your mind, what are you thinking? Because what you're thinking, your thoughts, will impact your actions, ultimately, habits, behavior, moving you to your destiny. Seem like a lot of things are in hand. As somebody who is closely aligned, somebody with a disability. Okay, we have our first caller in the morning. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Morning, love and bless.
Good morning, African. How are you, my brother? What's up? What's up?
Just listening to this song, it's good to be here.
Right. You know the candidate in your area, my brother. The candidates, I should say.
No, one of them.
I say a male and a female. Is a male and a female or two female? We're in Barbican Division?
Yeah, a male and female on the PNP side.
Okay, all right. And two females, I think, on the PNP side.
Not other party.
Yeah, man. It depends on where you drive. Yeah, but it's interesting. So what's on your mind today?
That's the PNP people, them here?
Yeah, man. The posters are there because I drive through those areas. I drive up and down through Kingston. So me see, where are you in Barbican Division? Barbican or Norbrook? Well, in Barbican Division, there's a female, two females, I think, that are and a female and a male for the other side. PMP and JLP. No independent. So what's up, African?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a Jamaica, I know.
Yes.
In the world.
Yes.
The things don't so push around the world, I know,
Right, yeah. We have to guard your mind, African, because, boy, let me tell you, with all of the things that are happening, you have to be so careful with your process.
I'm to China up here. China pay the woman them now to have baby.
Oh, that's interesting, eh? And before 79, they took a policy, one child policy. Now them have to reverse it.
Them give them house now and vehicle and everything to have baby.
Oh, wow. Isn't that interesting?
And Japan do the same thing.
Yeah, because the birth rate has gone below a certain rate, and we are in the same situation. In, I think it's, let's say, we were 4.5 children. Now we're at 1.79, below 2 children on average in Jamaica. So we have a fall in birth rate too.
I don't hear nothing about it.
Yeah, but that is a challenge for us.
You don't hear how them are going to raise it up forward.
Okay. Yeah, because
but other country do things and make sure so the woman then get out. They want have a baby say house here.
Oh.
And see some, you see me I say?
I see what you're saying, yeah. So you're saying we must have some policies in place that the
policy work,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The local government election, the policy for the people who will vote for,
I mean, because
the money where them get, not for them something,
Yeah. And that is that African is one of the challenges we're facing, because we talk about local government, but we don't empower them with resources. It's like you tell a man, if you go in a supermarket, go buy things and not give no money for buying nothing at all.
You must say, Reverend, this trick, you see the system we are working in Jamaica,
mm-hmm.
the system, why you think they want to change it and go to Republic? Because them find that this present system is not to help the people.
I agree with you. But it has to be comprehensive. It has to be a comprehensive overall of the system. It can't be, say we just remove the king or we remove privy council. It has to be comprehensive.
Reverend, at the last part of that, Yes, them are run on first, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What is the meaning of republic? Huh?
What is the meaning of republic?
The meaning of republic.
It is a people. It is a system that works for the people who are a part of the system. Not my own words.
So the system we have now is what kind of system?
It is the Westminster model of governance. If we go in republic, would be like US or other.
No.
Yeah.
So the Westminster, more improve what me I say now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
you're explaining your point. Go ahead.
The Westminster system is not to help us.
True. Some people feel that way. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Then we don't live here, man.
Yeah, man.
We live here in a reverend.
True.
And we see how people come here and take the resources,
Mm-hmm.
take the land. Me not say, I know people on here give me, you know.
Okay.
But same like in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
where Russia,
China
are going and give the government them defense and security,
Mm-hmm.
and get the resources.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing them do down here, you know, the other country them, you know. But don't go think not hear about them where other country them, we don't go hear about Russia.
Yeah,
and where Russia cool name.
But I tell you something, African, it's not only Russia alone, it's China is doing it too.
Yes, but when we say the news and go focus on Russia.
Okay. All right. That's what they're saying. So you're underscoring what we've been saying about mind games and understanding information and being able to work it through. Yeah.
Because if you are defending back your things, remember, you know, everybody lose them things in the world, yeah.
True.
England one at a time, you know.
Yeah.
So me I say, Reverend,
yeah,
a lot of people get back to them own, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get back to them own, you know, Reverend.
So it's our time. You asked me, a republic is a form of government in which a state is ruled by representatives of the citizens' body. And it says modern republics are founded on the idea that sovereignty rests with the people, though who is included and excluded from the cat is as varied. So sovereignty lies in the people, rests with the people.
So here we're going to
Mm-hmm.
First thing the people never need a defense. We have that.
Go ahead.
We go republic, you know.
Yeah, we're going to a republic. Yeah, sovereignty is in the people. Yeah.
The first thing the people are going to need is defense.
Okay.
We have that, Reverend.
When you say defense, you mean like a Jamaica Defense Force to protect ourselves?
No, to protect our country,
Okay.
our sea,
Yeah.
and our air.
Right.
And that defense meaning, you know, Reverend.
Mm-hmm.
So when we also now, we have that.
Not really.
We can't just run to things, you know, we have to make sure we have certain things before we move in a brethren.
Yeah, but Trinidad is a republic, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But them have a water for defense for themselves.
But them say them have an army, probably not as big as ours. So you are saying, yeah, they have an army. Most countries have a defense force, like Guyana has a defense force too.
Reverend, we not talk about defense force where if somebody come on a rush way, we can't defend it, you know.
So what you talking about?
What about, you know, Reverend?
All right. So African, so what you're saying, you are saying that we need to become a republic as a country where the sovereignty lies in the citizens of the country, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But the security part type, we have to deal with that part there. We need food security.
Okay.
And security for the land and the sea and the air.
Right.
Where are those, Reverend?
Well, we don't have it as yet. Yeah, but okay, but African, I understand, but you have been consistently speaking about food security, and that's something that you can do even without being able to defend yourself. Because the truth is, if you have food security, that is your first line of defense. Because you can't feed your people then. All right.
But you have to do it, Reverend.
I'm saying, but you have to make the decision. Me in agreement with you now.
Before we make the move to change. We can't change and we don't have the thing them in place to defend the people and Reverend.
Okay. All right. And I don't agree with you, but I think if we make a decision, then we begin to move to...
Well, love the Reverend. You know Bernard Large Land?
Yes, I know. It's not in Variance. It's St. Catherine Plains.
St. Catherine. What am I doing with it?
They're turning it into different things. The arable land is being turned into housing and...
Reverend, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, Reverend, don't follow them and run down in them something, you know. Yeah, me I tell you, my brethren.
All right, then, Africa.
You need to put things in place first before you move, Reverend.
All right,
when
Africa.
You're going to step over and press it, you know.
That's true. So you see, we have to make proper preparation before we move.
Yes,
Africa.
Me I say, Reverend. That was that, not the fun, Reverend.
All right, then, African. We'll give somebody else
When America I switch to Democrat, I switch to Republic. America is a Republic, you know.
Yes.
And when them go that way, they make sure them have them guns and them warship and them helicopter and plane, you know, to defend them country, you know.
All right.
Because raiders, you know.
Yeah. African.
Come back in the world now, you know.
Yeah, we know. So I'll give somebody else another chance here, African. Call it one line we have. All right?
It's good to be here, Reverend.
All right, then. Good. All right. So African is talking about everybody is in agreement that we need to become a republic, but the question is what kind of a republic it is going to be. And I think even in terms of becoming a republic, we need to have real constitutional overall and reform. Yes, good morning, caller. Thank you for calling. This is Morning Connection. How are you?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, you know.
Wonderful. Where are you calling me from, sir?
Manchester.
Okay, sir. How is it in your neck of the woods in terms of the parish council and things? Just trying to do a quick survey. You know your candidates?
Yeah, over the years, me hear them talk about some council candidate, but me not really know them because they not do nothing.
All
they
right,
not
sir.
do nothing.
Okay,
they
what?
Just get paid to be a councillor, but they not do nothing.
What do you expect them to do?
Like I was talking to you yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
To be a councillor, you must know your division, know the
challenges.
Economic,
yeah.
The economics of the division, know how the people survive, what they do to survive, and you identify what are their weaknesses, their strengths, how you can help them to improve, to have a better life, better community for children, you know.
For everybody. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, but that is not done in Jamaica. In Jamaica, PNP just say, all right, one go represent over there. So the man not even qualify if he know nothing, if he do nothing. And just put an orange shirt or a green shirt on the next side.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's all it is about. They not do nothing. They not do nothing. And every election, soccer, MP, council, them come. Them not tell you where them are going to do for you, but yet they will vote. And most of them voters are illiterate to politics.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, man, they are illiterate to politics in terms of in Jamaica it's tradition. You're born to see your mother, your father, PNP.
But you know that it's changing. Those patterns of voting are changing. But all right. But you called me to talk about something. What is on your mind?
Yeah, the reason I called me have two topics I want to share with you this morning.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right, I want to talk about Reggae Month and the Jamaica Debates Commission.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Jamaica Debates Commission. In Jamaica, I think you have some parties apart from the PNP and JP. Why the Jamaica Debates Commission not invite one other party?
All right.
That democracy, you have other parties. How they don't invite one of the new parties?
Yeah, but hold on. All right. But in this election, you can't invite somebody if the person has not indicated they're going to do anything at the local level. So that's the debate is about. No, sir?
No, man. It's coming like I agree.
But I'm saying, but hold on up, brother. Hold on, no, man. Hold on. Those, in order, I think, to be represented, and you could have to do some further research, you have to, in terms of, when they got to be nominated, don't you have to have a certain amount of people who are electors to nominate you.
That is not for Jamaica Debates Commission to decide.
Hold on, man. You have. I'm simply saying to you, for somebody to be nominated, you have to have electors, right? Now, why am I going to ask somebody to come and put a position forward if they have not says, I am on the ticket, I want to be on the ticket? That's a totally different thing.
Are you saying to me that there are no third party or fourth party in Jamaica that has candidates in this upcoming election?
Not to my knowledge.
No, man, go and check. There are other parties that have.
The UIC has anybody? The UIC have anybody?
I think they have about 5 candidates.
No, man. Let me look at it. The list.
Yeah, they have 5 candidates, but the Jamaica Debates Commission does not decide because, you have 10 people, their thing is there's another party we're going to invite you. We want to hear from you.
Okay, all right. That's your position. Yeah. We must call somebody from it and ask them why have they not invited the other party.
Why Jamaica Debates Commission don't invite the other parties. They are part of the same PSOJ who control the PNP and the JP, so they want the PNP and the JP to continue. They don't want anybody else.
Brethren, let me say something to you. I know that's your position. I believe, and as we've said, remember we've had UIC Patterson on the program in the early time to say, my brother, you can come, but you need to be mobilizing at the local level. They have decided that, hey, we're not doing that, we're going for the big one. All right? Now, if they go for the big one and they have a full slate of 63 candidates across Jamaica, if the Debates Commission does not invite them, then I can agree with you that they are perpetuating the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with you some way.
Yeah, man. Okay, so that's point one. So the second one is what? Because, it's 8:30.
The other topic is this reggae month thing.
Yeah,
right?
man. All right. Can you hold for me? It's our 8:30 break. I'd love to talk about reggae month with you. If you want to call back or hold.
No, I can't hold, man.
I'll just hold. Because I think we need to talk about it. All right, then. It's our 8:30 in the morning as we take our 8:30 break.
Hold the key. Let's get digital. Get online this March 15. File and pay your final income tax return for 2023 and estimated return for 2024. There are so many options. JamaicaTax.gov.jm, direct funds transfer, NCB online banking, and Scotia online and mobile app. Pay your taxes the digital way. All returns must be filed online and on time. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
Grandpa, where are you going?
But see ya, I have business done by JPS and I need Stephen to take me. I'm going to see what I owe and pay.
You don't have to leave the yard, Pops. Just call 888-225-5577.
You mean to tell me, say, me not have to wait in line anymore?
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301842.
Watch ya. How them get me new number? How them know it's me?
Grandpa, I registered your account. So when you call from this phone, JPS already knows you and they just give you information.
Look where me live, Fissy. Thank God for you young people.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Jamaican people, JLP say building time. Anything less, we not pay them no mind. Building for you and your community. We will build up Jamaica by supporting good policies, yeah. Build a better life for you and for me.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
Vijam Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vijam Printers, your best choice in printing.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, it's 8:35. Thank you for holding, caller. Go ahead, Reggae Mon.
Yeah, man. May I have a little reason for this and all. You remember how this Reggae Mon thing came in?
No, I don't remember the history.
Alright,
Bob Marley birthday. That's what it was about.
No, man. I get a little history.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. There was this prime minister who came in named Bruce Golding.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. He... before he come in, he always have every February we celebrate. From I was a baby, every February we celebrate Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bruce Golding came in and he come up with the thing Reggae Month. He want to move from this Black History because I say, well, every February all we have to on the TV. We were slaves getting beaten and one bag of something, but there's something behind it. So he changed it from Black History to Reggae Month, and then guess what happened now? I would say with this Reggae Month in Jamaica is a country. Our national music is reggae. We don't need to have no Reggae Month because we have reggae 12 month a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner reggae.
Okay.
Why would we need a reggae month?
Okay.
Every day a reggae. Why you gonna change from Black History to reggae?
Okay.
You know?
All right. So.
Yes. So I am saying, in Jamaica, you have Chinese New Year celebrate. The Chinese them celebrate the New Year.
So what you're saying? So what you're saying that it was a shift from focusing on our Black history and where we have come from to say
yes.
Okay, all right.
It is deliberate by them to change our thing because the upper class in Jamaica who are mostly derived from or came from these red-skinned people, them get offended because
so, Black History Month. But that don't negate the fact that we still most people still celebrate Black History Month anyway. You think?
Yeah, but that February should be Black History Month. Just like the Chinese, them have them celebration.
They have Chinese New Year. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. Why is it that after we country and we not have a Black History Month, but reggae everything every day we have reggae. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner already. We don't need no reggae month. Cause every day that's all we need.
Okay.
Every day a reggae month. Every month a reggae month already.
No, but we as a people have had different music form that we celebrate in this country. So me don't know.
Which one of them we celebrate? You know?
No, but I'm saying we have been impacted by different musical forms in this country. So you say every morning breakfast? No, but we get R&B, different kind of music. You know, soca. I don't know. But you probably have a point there. Your friend, you probably have a point there. So I'm not going to say, let us hear what other people think about that.
But you see, a lot of these little musicians, if they come on TV, you know, local TV, well, yeah, man, reggae, man. When we get to find out, you know, something is definitely wrong with us as black people.
What is that?
White people class some of us as apes or monkeys, but sometimes we do behave like as if we not really have no brain and we can't think.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
So
it's interesting that you say that, because this morning our theme was mind games, misinformation, disinformation. We have to be careful in terms of what impact our minds and help us in our decision making. Because if a narrative is so for a long time, after a time, you know what happened to you. You just think and become subconscious. You think that way. So we just have to be careful, be able to discern.
A lot of the musicians, like them, some of them are saying, yeah man, reggae mode, but they don't really understand
what it means.
This reggae mode has something behind it.
Okay.
Because they can think that they're not just a change, they're not just a say reggae mode. They have an agenda to get rid of this black history thing.
Okay,
That's
well,
why they have pushed this.
Well, you see, you cannot stop me from being black. Because in the country I'm going black, even though as Jamaican, most of us have something mixed up in us. But the truth is I'm black. Everywhere I go in the world means a black man.
Yeah,
Can't
but
be a white man.
You know,
and I'm proud of it.
One of the problems why they want to change it, this Black History Month, because every February it shows them what they did to us, and it's hurting to them. So they want to end that thing there, you know.
All right, well, interesting point of view.
Hurting to them, you know.
All right,
very hurting to them, you know.
Okay then. All right, interesting. All right then.
All right.
Thanks for your
Is
views. Yeah, man. Good. All right. Good morning. The call, only one line is operating, 876-279-8473. Interesting opinion. I was just looking at Reggae Month because the service that launched it, I was participating in it, and we have Bob. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling.
Morning, Pastor.
Yeah, man. Your voice a come back, man. You take what me tell you if you take.
No, man. I'll take anything to me. Just no me but take what you tell me. Because when I sick, me hardly take things, you know, but
yeah, but garlic and onion and a little bit of ginger in it is very good because you're boosting up your immune system. Anyway, what's on your mind this morning, Cruz?
Anyway, this caller here that just leave. We don't have a third party in the country. We don't have a third party in the country to go in debate.
Okay.
We don't have one. And I want him to explain. I agree with him with the Black History Month when I talk about, you know, because I talk about that for a long time. But I want him to explain to me what caused the infighting in the UIC. Because you know there's an infighting. I don't know if it stopped. Pastor, you know about it?
I've heard.
Yeah, man. Me know about that. I meet both the husband and the wife, you know. I work with two of them right at Santa Cruz.
Okay.
I explain to them. I tell him, say, I'm going. And him say, why? I explain to him why.
Also, anyway, one of the candidates from UIC is from your area, from Santa Cruz?
The leader, Mr. Patterson, I met him.
Are they running? Because he indicated that 5 of the candidates, because it's 499 people that were nominated. So if you go 228 times 2, that's 256. 256 from 499, that leaves another 33 people, independents or people from other parties that are running. So I don't know. Do you know, it's interesting, somebody listening who's associated with them, do they have any candidates at all running? Because I think the general thing they said is that they're not participating, they're waiting for the big one.
Well, me don't know about this one, but me I talk about the big one, even the big one. Me don't think them are going to have enough people.
Because them fighting, okay. Well, the word of God says unity is strength, you know. Unity is strength, and that day you get the blessing. So if you can...
Yeah. So every political party have infighting. Police have infighting. Even the church have infighting.
Yeah, that's true. That's why the
infighting is everywhere. Even up at heaven, they say infighting.
That's true. So, you go up there? Yeah. Some of the time you talk like
some here. No, me not go up there, no, Pastor.
You not go up there.
Me don't go up there, no.
You not go up there. All right, Cruz.
No. If then, Pastor, look, let me explain something. If then they tell me, say, up there full of some beautiful rivers and trees.
Yeah.
But you know when they tell me, say, up there full of gold and precious stone and all kind of sitting, white man, I gonna make me dig it for them again. No, I go there.
All right, Cruz, that's a good one.
I go there. Me no want to go there, sir.
So hold on. But I think wrong this a you know. At the top of my game. No, let me say why you said that. But if all of us now are come back on the same, so why you think one man we have superiority over another man? That not gonna happen, Cruz.
That happened from creation as far as we see.
No, man.
Why did Jesus have 12 white disciples? Why?
You never have 12 white disciples. Where you get that from?
The Bible tell me that?
No, never said no. The Bible never. No, sir. Again, you go wrong because. All right. Go, you have something else to say. Go ahead.
All the pictures me I see from me a little boy I grew up. All angel white and in 12 disciple white.
No, sir. Something wrong with that. And we know it wrong with that. Yeah, man. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Pastor, are the same people we give with the picture, you know, give with Bible to, you know. So that means.
No. Can I say something to you, Cruz? Do you know that in Africa, Christianity was there before it reached Europe? Did you know that?
Ethiopia, yeah.
Yeah, and Ethiopia and look on our color with them, black. Yeah, so it was there before it reached Europe. So they are trying to do what them do, but that is being reversed now. Anyway,
but may I show you how them change it? How come Ethiopia year had 13 and the European one had 12? Why them change it? You see the white man keep changing things to please himself.
They said 13. I missed that. 13.
13 months. 13 months.
Okay.
13 months.
It depends.
Anyway.
Okay. 28 versus 31. Anyway, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Reggae month should be in August, not February.
Why?
You have too much celebration in the smallest month on the calendar.
Okay. That's what you're saying. Okay.
You have Valentine. You have count the whole of them, and then deliberately bring it in to cut out Black History Month.
Okay. So you're in agreement with the caller before you then?
Yes, me in agreement with him.
But some people would say because Bob was born on February 6th, Lena, I don't know. Remember February 6th of Bob?
All right, celebrate Bob's birthday. Reggae was here. Bob, he's the biggest seller in reggae, mainly because, you know,
Exodus album and them things are right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Reggae Month should be in August.
All right, okay.
Pastor, a couple years ago, you used to see on TV,
yes.
We're talking in the 90s, Black History Month, both international, we're going to Africa, we're going to United States, what happened here, where white people do it. And then deliberately cut out that because they claim, say, we are taking it out from the white tourists, them will come here.
Oh, that was because part of the thinking.
You don't see those kind of things on the TV again, you know. With history, where we go to with slavery, then cut it out. Them cut it out, they don't want you to see it because of tourists.
Okay. Interesting.
So everything in this country right now is about tourists. But we are going to stop it, you know. We are going to stop it. Me not to see happen.
But that is why I'm saying we become accountable because the tourists come and we must be a hospitable people. But some of the things that we are giving up and saying that
tourists, it's wrong.
It's not correct. It's not correct. The beaches, all of those things. In other countries, I go in the Caribbean, you know, even though them have them hotels and things, the people have access to their beaches. That's one thing. And so, as we say, yeah, man, come and then, no, it's something wrong with that. You come to my country, I must receive you well, but you know, this is my country. You come, you spend, I'm going to treat you well, but know that this is my country. We cannot be second-class citizens in our country.
Pastor, we go to them country, Canada, where they thief from the India, the British them, and then they receive me well. They spit after me, they cut eye after me, they might run me out of club, they want to talk to me black woman, but they don't want me to talk to them white girl. You understand? So I don't see why them a teach we if we welcome them so much here when they now welcome we for them country.
Yeah, but But you see, they are racist. I'll not become racist because they are
I
human.
am not a racist,
Okay.
Pastor. Racism never go in the book, black people, you know.
Oh, it
Check
never.
it.
Yeah. But some people
No.
push it hard. But anyway, only one line we have in a crew, so I go until if you want to call back, give somebody else another.
No, one last thing, give me one.
Go ahead.
This thing with cartel.
Yes, Vibes Cartel. I mean the Privy Council.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts about it?
I cannot understand why so much people are called for cartel to be free. Maybe yes, him have a bad trial. Me understand that. But him guilty a window. Me almost sure say him guilty.
Okay.
And if you follow cartel before him go prison, he send himself a prison.
Okay.
I remember when he was lecturing up at UA. When he was lecture up there, he said, then if cartel can lecture at UA, then he can go up there go lecture.
No. The man was talking about his music and the genre of it. It was a mighty lyricist, you know. When you look at him songs and put the words them together, because it's part of the appreciation of the culture. So mighty, remember, listen, man. Remember, culture have good and bad in it. So yes. What would you lecture on?
Pastor.
What would you lecture on? What would you lecture on? What would you lecture on?
Black history.
Okay, all right then. Reason, but them figured that because
Black
it was a major.
history.
All right, no problem.
I don't see cartel have a song that will live forever. Me not see it.
Okay.
Compared to Bob Marley. So Bob Marley should have
Dennis
lecture
Brown.
up there before he dead.
Yeah, but remember, times have changed, you know, because remember, that was like 40 odd years ago. And times have changed. Because remember, you know, you're old enough, Cruz. Remember, you know, it was the dirty Rasta then. How has that changed?
The main point when I want to talk about, you know, is that when them ask him if he don't think he's a role model, him say never come here to be a role model. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that too. So that's a part of the
And you remember he was calling the older musician dinosaur. He was disrespecting his like him get power and him start be a god.
All right.
People remember that?
Yeah, people have short memories in this country, but those
Them
of
memory
us,
short, some things where cartel was going like an untouchable.
yeah. Well,
That's before he go to prison, you know, me predict 2 years before he go to prison. Say if he not dead, he might go to prison to how the guy was going on. Because the money when start make I get to your head.
okay. All right. Well, I guess it's not only him alone. It happens to all of us. When we get money, it gets to our head, and we believe that we become God. Anyway, may I give somebody else another chance. All right, Cruz?
All right.
Blessings. Interesting opinion. What is it? This Privy Council thing? The trial. 876-279-8473. You may call in. We're talking about the importance of the mine elections. Go ahead.
You may call in. We're talking.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Malvern, how are you?
All right, how are they?
Yeah, man. What's up?
The system we have now, the government system we have now,
Mm-hmm.
what's the difference between this system now and Republican?
The Republic, okay, so the Westminster model, which is what we inherited from the British, is based on the head of state being the Queen, right? And then when we gave up, we became independent, she still had her rep here, which is the Governor General. In the US, which is the republic that we're talking about, the sovereignty lies in the people in itself. There's no head, because remember that system that they had came from the fact that the monarch had divine right. That's why the Queen is head of state. In the republic system,
what is the type of, so this type of system named Westminster?
The Westminster model, which came out of the fact with the monarch. With the republic, remember the US, which is the main proponents of that, along with the French. Because remember, the French threw out the monarch too. But the major proponent of the republic system is the US, where the sovereignty lies in the people themselves.
And not the monarchy?
Not the monarchy, yeah.
So that is the main
thing.
Is that we are governed by a kingdom, a monarchy, a royal family.
Right, so that's where it evolved from, but you notice it has evolved over time.
What has evolved over time?
How the monarchy has done. Remember, if you read history, the monarch used to have the right to do anything they want. Over time, they've evolved.
Well, they still do, basically.
Well,
because them just start paying taxes the other day, right?
Yeah, right. So that's the difference. I'm not a person good in the political arena, but that's my understanding of it. I think if Minett was here, she would give a better explanation. But the Republic.
So the main difference is that the rulership of Republic is the people choose their representatives.
Right. And the sovereignty lies in the people.
Yes. So we are a republic under a monarchy.
You mean that's what they're trying to let us to become?
No, I'm saying right now the life we are living now, from the day me born till now. We are a republic under a monarchy.
I'm not so
because
sure.
we choose our representatives, right?
Right. But then you
and the representatives are ruled by the monarchy.
Yeah, it would not look that way. That's how we are putting it.
It would not look that way, yes.
It would look that way, yeah.
So the difference, so what we are asking for is zero monarchy.
And no representatives of that present in the system, yeah.
Yes, only our local people is the ruler.
Yeah, and then you have to go back to the people. The people determine what happens in terms of them run things. That's what it basically means. Yeah.
The rulership comes from the people only.
Yeah, the people only. Yeah.
I see. So, are you saying also on the same government thing? So, there is no third party now in Jamaica?
Well, that can be debated. We heard about UIC. We heard about you've heard about JPPP, which came on the scene, but you haven't heard anything from them. But we don't really have a viable third party. There was NDM, so we don't really have anything yet. And
so them not advertised?
Them not advertised. Them, you don't know what is happening. So you don't know whether they are here or not. They are really viable. That's the word. They are really out there. Probably we'll see. I know JPP, in terms of they are registered, they are local, but their thing is based on the fact that they don't want to go out there without having the resources to put out what their real policies are. And them have a thing that somebody said to me, if they were ever to get the resources that they need, then the PMP and the JLP would become dead in the water. Because they believe in terms of people being empowered, people being paid, not dependent on external persons like the private sector. So that's what they are thinking of doing. Must get somebody come talk about JPP, because UIC has been on the program. We know what PMP and JLP represent. And then you have the one that came up, Marcus Garvey Party still is around, but not very viable. But it's been interesting. We don't see a viable third party out there as yet. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, even though they are legally, there is a legal third party, but they're just not known.
Visible and known, right?
Not visible, not known. Them not advertised, so the people don't have them in their mind. They're not in the minds of the people.
Right. And we would have thought that the UIC, that they would have wet their feet, but as Cruz was saying, there seem to be some internal things. They can call and say whether that is true or not, but they're not visible out there. They're not out there in the public's eye. And in order to gain state power, you have to be in the public's eye, that them know and say, oh, you know? So
yes.
Yeah.
You know, what Cruz said, it reminds me of when I was young. I used to see a lot of things on TV about slavery, and it was the movies that were shown,
like Roots and
yes,
yeah,
and a lot. There are times when it made me so
angry
and sad.
Yes.
To see what was done to the black people. and it caused anger and cruise of a point.
It's true.
The white people of Jamaica wouldn't want those movies to be shown now.
Yeah. You mean on free to air, because if you want you can go on Netflix and wherever and you can see it, but and the young people are seeing it, you know. Because even my children would say, Daddy, you see that? And they go there themselves and they watch it and come back and asking their questions. But it is there.
Yes.
It is there. The platforms are there and they're doing it. Because I think that more of our young people go Netflix or go YouTube and think to watch what is happening. So they don't even know what is happening on local free-to-air television. They only probably come in to watch news if they do. But their thing is X and IG and so on. Where them get them
do you think young people listen to radio nowadays?
Well, some of them do. Because
when I was young, I listened, because when I was young, it was only radio was the main thing.
That is true. But I guess, and them have them devices that they listen to their music, them tune into their favorite radio station online, not free to air. So that's another thing that is happening. But, so it is, my brother, yeah, but the whole thing in terms of what has happened with our the black history, because I close with this. I was exposed to black history as a youth because my oldest sibling was a Rasta man and he was into black history and empowerment. And I remember going to a school, a primary school that was Catholic, and my class teacher was a nun. And she tell me if I do something, I'm telling me not do it, because white people can't tell me if I do it. But anyway, we learn as we become older. It's 9 o'clock now, we have to take our break. All right, blessings.
Bess 100 FM, broadcasting live in all 14 parishes. Hanover 100.5, 100.9. St. James 100.9. Trelawney 100.3, 100.9. St. Anne 100.3, 100.5. St. Mary 100.5. Westmoreland 100.1, 100.5. St. Elizabeth 100.1, 100.5. Manchester 100.1, 100.5. Clarendon 100.1, 100.5, 100.9. St. Catherine 100.5, 100.9. St. Andrew 100.5, 100.9. St. Thomas 100.5 and 100.9. Bess FM, giving you the better vibe.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
No, the water gone again. Yo, Dave, where did you get your water tank from? Multi-plastics tanks a lot? Oh, yeah, I heard they're selling cutting-edge water tanks. Let me find my way to 37 South Road or call them at 876-968-6657 now.
Grandpa, where are you going?
But see ya, I have business done by JPS and I need Stephen to take me. I'm going to see what I owe and pay.
You don't have to leave the yard, Pops. Just call 888-225-5577.
You mean to tell me, say, me not have to wait in line anymore?
Grandpa, I registered your account. So when you call from this phone, JPS already knows you and then just give you information.
Look where me live, Fissy. Thank God for you young people.
Praise the Lord, God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
For all your Honda Ridgeline parts in Kingston, call 326-7371 or 821-5232 now. We sell genuine shocks, power steering pumps, engine mount, fender liner, strut mount, front end parts, engine parts, electrical switches and sensors, and many, many more. Remember, we are your Honda Ridgeline parts dealer located in Kingston. Contact us now at 326-7371 or 821-5232 for more details.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best.
Good morning, welcome to The Morning Connection. It's now 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. Oh, call drop. You can call back. Remember, the lines are open. Only one line is operating, 876-279-8473. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling.
Hey, morning to the top lady, wherever she is.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Third party.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think the third party can't survive in Jamaica?
Oh, boy. That's a big question.
The third party can't survive in Jamaica, Pastor. And
unless them are...
some good point. You know why it can't survive, Pastor?
Why? Tell me. You tell.
Both PMP and GLP represent the same thing. Anytime you start to channel energy where poor people is concerned, because the whole thing designed to keep poor people at one place. The party, both GLP and PNP are there to protect the elite. Tell me which one of these parties, PNP or GLP, ever do anything to offend Matalan, Issa, or Butchra. Tell me which one of them. Not one of them. Not one. So they will pump the money into PNP and GLP because in the long run, they benefit upon bearing bonds in Angola.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave them the deal?
Who gave them?
Give them a sweetheart deal. Look
when they say, wait. No, man, hold on. Darren Bunton and Golden, you spoke about a sweetheart deal. What sweetheart deal? Because you mean in terms of the formation, in terms of government business, what you talking about?
Formation, because I was told that it never got through the right channel in terms of it.
It's alleged. And then with Digicel now, what happened with Digicel?
No, look how quick Digicel established. Remember I say O'Brien wasn't Capman based on the me having.
No, okay, all right. So no, hold on. He came. All right. So what was happening in Jamaica that were in the process of freeing up the thing, and the government had to do some legislation in order to remove the monopoly that cable, whatever it was. All right. And this man came, Mr. O'Brien, and took out. It was opening up, it was a new one, he took it on, all right? Because, one of the things you find with a lot of Jamaican investors, they may cuss and go on bad, but they're not willing to take risks, because we are risk averse. That's one of the other things that I have discovered, having
what
been.
I'm saying, Pastor, you're so quick in yourself. But
Yeah, because
I'm give us to make some good thing because keep our wires to be have us away.
And him come, and so the need was there. So it looked like it. So that is what he was responding, and he was willing. He had previously operated in Ireland, sold his business, and said, "Me take a try here," and the rest became history for us.
That's a Pastor. You notice when the man them with the funds come here and invest them excel quick. That's what I'm saying, because cable and wires is really, I give certain people, it's like having a house owner at your house is a privilege thing. It's like somebody come at your house and say house phone, them feel it. So cable and wires wasn't giving us a good deal. Come back to JPS now. Why is it that they never sell JPS to the people then? Remember I said this company that bought JPS, was bankrupt.
Which company that? Mirabini?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Mirabini operates in the Far East, and they have a whole heap of installations. And they were willing. Mirabini, no, so them are the company that the major shareholder for JPS go.
I'm a shit gear now, Pastor.
No, what I'm saying, because that is why we were saying this morning when I was talking to thing. There's a lot of information out there. You have to shift through to see what really is there, because and then when government, I remember government is still is what 20% them on a JPS go, because people wanted them to sell it off completely, and they said no.
Yeah, that was 20%.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But what may I say, Pastor, from 1962, I forget 1962. I could start doing this from TJ, Andrew Wallace, and Portia. Nothing not trickle down to the people in the car. Even with the GLP, I feel the GLP believe that them to take care of the big man will take care of the small man.
That's been the policy of their party for the longest while.
That's why the thing is, Pastor, them not doing nothing to offend the big man. You ever hear any big man from Cherry Garden, Narbrook, Jacks never bad any injustice, police come and do this and police come and do that. The people in pauperize on us, so them have to go against the law. Set the system so the people can comply with the law.
Okay.
It's simple. How is it that matter that I stand at Bali?
Well, the truth is, all right, so let us, and this is another opinion I'm putting on the table, Dave. Unless governments intentionally do things in the system that will cause for the smallest man to have the same opportunity as the biggest man in the country, and set the field in such a way you will constantly have it. And what you're talking about is something that is operational in a whole heap of countries, even the great US. Remember how that was formed? You can go as a little man in the US and with hard work and thing you do it, but now the system is set against, as evolved in a way that it's set against the small man. But you still can go there as a small man and make a fortune, but the big man them still control. Same thing in Europe.
But I mean, look at the other class. Look at the Jews who are on the money, who have the money. Jews coming back to black people in my past, and I deal with Jamaica. So my passport expired about 5 years now. My visa, but everything expired.
Right.
Look at Jamaica, the black people. Let me tell you what I try again.
Yeah.
The police must drag out a black man out of a car, one hold him neck in a Jamaica and one take out him key.
Why they were doing that?
Couple weeks ago, in Harpertree, tell me in a Jamaica history which police can put him neck on a brown skinned man in a earlier bend and the next one drag out him key. Who talking to? The taxi man and the poor man. And they don't have no regard for them one color that the piece say everybody is saying unless you know so well that man is a me. So you can't do that.
I'm in agreement with you, right?
The man up in the country, you put you in neck.
Your hand around somebody else. Respect for all. That's what me agree with you 100%.
So that me I try to say
respect.
Make everything here so everybody come together. And I'm going to ship again. If you go a country into the land, the land and poor people, you chop in one lane can't turn with things. Look on the lady who has some tire for the bus. Look where she lives. I'm there for me. 15 years I tell her I say I play ball to buy a house. And we look on the squalor. We look for the people that live for politicians, and politicians still have them in, and politicians are so wicked that them don't so sacrifice the people and make them and say, yo, I could give them a pass now. It's not happening.
Right,
the
so.
structure from 1962 got changed past it gets worse. WRSP and WRSP gets worse, and these people have broke them neck to these guys. Our son pastor.
Yeah.
So she go wait till the son reach 20.
Before she start
buy
doing
a house, and the politician them don't feel say, yeah, if you set the thing away so the people them, we don't mean all that's not basic necessity. Look at this politician, the most trained whatever. In practically one the whole of St. Thomas. What you do the whole of St. Thomas? You are dead left. And then there's a dynasty in Picnic. One day I come, one she's there, down there, and whatever. All these guys get things well. And Jamaican people, look at the lane, look at the zinc fence. Them are the people that are living up. And the people, every election, day pastor, every election you call, the people are sacrifice from bus path, from bus side, and the bus path and top. So when we sit from Michael Man, don't change.
So,
and tell me, look at the squall and the field, the people are living.
Dave,
walk on Maxwell Avenue, walk on Walter.
I know all the places, David, all the places you're talking about, I go. But you see, what Bob say, we as the people in this country, emancipate yourself from it. If you don't change your thinking, your mindset, if you know begin to say that it can be done.
Pastor, why is it that it can't change? That's how we stubborn. And the politician them still come on TV, Pastor, I try to use it. Look at the debate Saturday night. No, Saturday night, really.
Saturday night, yeah.
Especially Phillips and the other one. So eloquent these people speak. When them people are talking, Satan them will convert. When everything go back to normal, what happened?
Yeah, they speak very well.
You come my place, then JLP.
All right. So I'm in agreement, Dave. I'm in agreement with you. So you, as an individual, have to be able to discern. That is why education is important, you know, the knowledge, but getting the wisdom to help you to say, no, man. What is your felt reality? We're talking this morning about the unemployment rate, and Mike was sharing an example. You heard what him said this morning? Yeah, you weren't on yet. When he was sharing about a company called him and said that he reaps like one of the companies for export, like the leaves, the guava, and so on. And them always have some youth to work with him. So them call and say them have an emergency thing happening. And he says, okay. So him call one of them youth them and say, boy, can do it? You say, no, I don't work for them monkey money anymore. So him say, what happened? They only used to tell him, say, boy, we set up a scamming thing. And the money they can't work again, which is a reality.
Yeah. But the pastor say him will come in straight to him. But pastor, wait now, it's the leader of the education, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't make the education free? Because what is actually happening, pastor, it is we're not mitigating the problem in terms of the education, because I want to other people in Power One. Because pastor, look at it. I tell you, I think that the politician drive a Benz and white drive a Audi, and his son drive a Porsche. All right?
True.
But black poor people drive them. They're on bus stop. And I can't tell it to you. So
you can't say it to it. Say it to it, yeah.
The whole paradigm and the thing shift where
it has to shift.
Let me tell you something, man. Lisa Anna, Mark Golden, Bunting, and them alone want money and want food, and them a piece of Jamaica. I'm going to tell you, say,
no, but I'm saying to you, Dave. Yeah, but I'm saying to you, I agree with you that it has to shift, that you do things that move everybody forward. You set the game.
Last part, all right, last.
Yeah.
Tell me which one of the politicians then I talk more land from. All right, tell me now, if you meet the people then are good, why is it that Jamaican black people were slave, we build this place, and England tired away and getting up them leave? I was slave, and tell me between Portia Simpson and PJ Patson and Mark Golden and Andrew Hollis, same I'll take the crown and I give it to the people. No, them not do it because the big man them is in real estate. And if you give the people them land, what is going to happen is not going to depreciate them houses.
Real
so
question.
Real question. Can say for 1.5 million a year.
Real
They're
question.
not why tell them can't make the big man them and comfortable pass it. Them just trick the guns. Poor people, them trick them like them and them starvation.
But Dave, the good thing. But Dave, the good thing is but the good thing is that they have not tricked you or me, and we recognize it, so we have to continue on the part of educating people so they understand what the real issues are. All right, I'll give somebody else a chance.
All right.
Yeah, man. I'm good. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Everybody else. 876-279-8473, the numbers that you can call. Important points. They have said it's national, even though it's local. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling. It's now 90 minutes after 9.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you hearing the radio in the background?
No, not yet. If I do, I'll tell you. But go ahead.
No, because I want to turn it. I'm not near it. Anyhow, why I call is...
Are you hearing dogs in the background?
Pardon me?
Are you hearing dogs in the background?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm not hearing the radio.
Yeah. What
Are you hearing the radio now? Are you hearing the radio in the background? Turn it off.
Because I want to know where I am.
Okay.
So I have to go and turn on the radio.
Go ahead. Go try going. All right.
Right, turn it on. The point I was making, I want to throw some light on this issue. I'm on the issue, the explanation about Monarch.
Yeah, go ahead. Monarchy. Westminster model monarchy base versus a republic. Go ahead.
I won't pin it down yet to Westminster. I just look at monarch versus republic.
Yeah.
And then we can pin on to that. The major difference is with the monarch, a king or a queen or an emperor of that sort is the head of state, the head of government, head of state. So, in the case of Jamaica, at the moment, the King Charles is the head. So just recently it was the Queen.
Right.
Now, that is the major difference. Now, if you look at Trinidad, for example, and Jamaica, the only difference between the two governments, is that the Queen is not the head. A king or queen, that is.
Not the head of their their president.
Well, I know, man. Forget what I was going to say. The only difference is that a king or a queen is not the head. Now, in terms of how the government run, everything is the same way. Our system run in Jamaica, the same way run in Trinidad. The only difference is that they don't have a governor general. So the governor general then change the name.
The president? Okay.
Nothing else no change. You understand that? So all that happened is that, so throughout the world, there are a whole heap of many different type of republic. United States of America, for example, is a republic. And it is different from Panama, the system that is. But yet, United States is a republic. Panama is a republic. Argentina is a republic. Venezuela is a republic. And the system of government is different. The way they elect, they have elections and stuff like that. They how long between elections and so on. The main thing is that no king or queen is not the head of state.
Okay.
So when you look at Jamaica and between we and Trinidad, if we should become a republic, all that happens is that the king or queen will no longer be the head. And depending on what republic we choose, every choose one like Trinidad, the following day or the following week, after republic, after we change, not change in Jamaica.
Right. So that is why.
You not change the price of flour, you not change corruption of one same way, fighting of one same way.
Okay.
All that happens is that you all have throne speech same way. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You could have throne speech. But you now call it throne speech.
Yeah. But and that is why we maintain and we say this thing that they're doing in terms of constitutional reform. Whatever they might say, them changing the queen, removing the queen, making her president, and the other thing was Privy Council. That's not real constitutional reform, because you're yeah.
So, but I don't bring Privy Council yet, so because countries can be Republican and still have the Privy Council as they last something like many countries are Republican. Like I believe Trinidad. I don't think with CCJ.
Yeah.
I don't think Trinidad is a member. I don't think Trinidad is a member of it.
No, they are for trade disputes.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, what about Barbados? Are they member of CCJ?
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. They are. And which other republic we have? What about Dominica? Dominica is different from the Dominican Republic,
Yeah, I know.
So what about Dominica? Are they member of CCJ?
Let me just double check. I think they are,
Because why I say that is that you can be a republic and yet have the Privy Council as your last something.
Mm-hmm.
Your last court of appellant, what you court.
So it's what you determine what you'll do then, caller. Is that what you're saying? Right. It's what you determine in terms of when you set up your constitution, your republic, what you determine as a people, what you're going to use. No, sir? So what you're saying, you have different forms of republic in the world. Yeah. Right. So.
And you also have different type of monarchy now, because in the world today, Spain, Netherlands, I'm talking about monarchy now.
Yeah, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium still have monarchies.
Belgium,
yeah.
Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, I don't remember which one is, because I believe a week before last one, the Queen of, I think, Belgium, I think she named Catherine, one of those countries, yeah. What Queen, I've not even noticed they have, must resign or retire, something like that.
Yeah.
And I know Spain, because the king come here already about 20 something like that. King Carlos, Juan Carlos, that's my name. So Spain still have king and queen ruling as head.
Right. So.
Right. So the major difference is that a king or queen or whatever is that as head. That's all. Mm-hmm. Because the type of republic that you take is varies, all type, all different type. You understand?
Right.
So that's it. That's it. Because tomorrow morning we can become a republic.
Yeah, that's true.
And we operate like how Trinidad operate. Trinidad, the government, in a way, is same like Jamaica. They have parliament with a speaker, same way. Everything. The only thing is that the dear Governor General, they call him a president.
Yeah, that's what has happened. Yeah. All right, caller. So thank you for the clarification and the education in regards to the whole thing with things. So, but I still maintain that we must do real constitutional reform because
that's another issue there.
It is the covenant between the people in terms of that ensures that the common good, the common prosperity of everybody. And so what we have is anyway. Time I think about it, me become vexed. But it is.
That is true. We need to change where people get the common good and every benefit is go to the people. We need no less corruption. We need decent people. I agree with it. I agree with it. But the point is, both of them, what you said here about decent people and for the benefit of the masses, the people get the benefit, and that you should have honest people ruling, decent people. I don't think the 60 man matter. You can have standard republic or manner. That's the point I'm making.
Right. Okay. All right.
That's the point I'm making.
Where you calling us from again? Saint Elizabeth?
Savlamar.
Savlamar, yeah. Westmoreland, yeah.
All right, then.
All right, my brother. Blessings. Good.
Blessings.
Good. Right. So, again, we said the lines are open 876-279-8473. You can call. Our local government election has become national elections in the sense that it's... Good morning. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling.
Charles Pastor.
Yes, morning. You're calling us from?
Good morning. Pastor.
Yes, my brother. What's up?
You hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. But turn off your radio.
Hold on there.
I'm hearing you. Turn off your radio.
Yeah, I hear me now, Pastor.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I want solution to this,
Yeah, tell me.
When I take it to joke or reality, I just build up want to change the system in Jamaica here.
You think it's only blood? Well,
yeah, man.
That's an extreme position. But you see, when you shed innocent blood, you bring curse upon the land. That's what I know.
I know innocent blood, man. After I bring purification,
Okay.
All
right.
You never live in the street country better unless you have a real revolution, man. You understand?
All right. So you're calling for a revolution. Well, Dennis Brown have a song, Do you know what it is to have a real revolution?
I know what it is. That's why I know what it is to have a revolution. You're going to have prosperity.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. You don't say that because you're a Christian, but I see that way, yeah?
All right, my brother. Blessings.
Okay.
Good. Mm-hmm. It's now our 9:30 break. What an interesting call. We need to have a revolution, but in terms of values and... Because you see, when innocent blood is shed, it sets up something spiritually which going to take a longer time to bring it back in. But let us do it peacefully, and let us remember, in our country, we still do it the democratic way in terms of telling people to go and exercise their vote. All right, so it's 9:30 as we take our break at this point in time from the Morning Connection.
Your taxes hold the key.
Let's get digital. Get online this March 15. File and pay your final income tax return for 2023 and estimated return for 2024. There are so many options. JamaicaTax.gov.jm, direct funds transfer, NCB online banking, and Scotia online and mobile app. Pay your taxes the digital way. All returns must be filed online and on time. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Jamaican people, JLP say building time. Anything less, we not pay them no mind. Building for you and your community. We will build up Jamaica by supporting good policies, yeah. Build a better life for you and for me.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales, shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Do you remember, Jolo?
Yeah, man.
Well, guess what?
I allow it. 4 to 6.
What?
Every Friday.
Boom shot.
And Best 100 FM.
Boom shot.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
Well, I eat that.
I love it. Which part
Tune
today?
in. Tune in, beloved people. We're there on it. Bless you.
Best FM. Go.
Half a tree. 100, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. It's now 9:34 in the morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Percy.
Good morning, Miss Elaine. How are you?
And good morning to all my brothers and my sisters out there from the east to the west to the north and to the south of this wonderful, beautiful, lovely old God. Brother Percy, you know that say we are living into a garden, we are living into a paradise.
Yes.
Believe it. All when them say them gonna make garden. Where them go and them call it this a garden and all kind of garden.
Oh.
Out of the same garden.
Yeah, because it's one garden or in the original sense of it, yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know, I want to ask a question. Me hear the JLP them.
Mm-hmm.
They must say the PMP them not have nothing to bring, right?
They don't have anything to bring, okay?
Right.
Mm-hmm. But you are saying otherwise.
But I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Mr. Andrew Aldis bringing anything either. All he's saying is working, and what he's bringing is what he's working on right now, like the things that he's doing. It's past.
Okay.
So the people them have no future. Him not have no future for the people them.
That's how you're feeling, Miss Elaine.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Because if him say he's doing what he might continue to do, what he's doing, right? In past until now.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the future? Me not know future is there.
Okay, so you are saying that he does.
I guess the past and the present him a deal with.
Oh, so you are saying that what's going to be important for most Jamaicans is the vision for the future.
Yes.
And what is your vision for Jamaica, Miss Elaine? What you'd love to see? You always speak about the garden. What is your vision for Jamaica and Jamaicans? For Miss Elaine, what would you love to see?
You know what I love to tell you.
Yes.
But you say the government, everything you talk, up to my ear, Mark for it all a while, say, every like him here, and the oldest I bring up back to the things that when use. I will say already. You understand?
Okay.
Anything me people talk, because I can't remember me say around treating, but me do for them straight.
Okay.
And I'm here with them.
Okay. All right.
You understand? But it's like him not know how to finish them. So him kind of stuck and I try and see ways.
Okay, well. All right, but I guess what will happen, Miss Elaine, my thing is, people have visions for the future and what they need to do. I'm just encouraging our Jamaicans.
But you don't have anything for the country for the future.
Okay,
Well,
that's how you are feeling, because other people feel differently. Because even online, somebody is saying that we said Carla is blind, but but I'm just encouraging people. This morning we spoke about the importance.
What the person said, what the person said.
Say that you're blind. We don't know. So you're not seeing what you're seeing. So, but you see, I guess everybody. No, Mr.
Listen. This here, Andrew, I think about road.
Yes.
What is the future for the people? All them are live, and them say people are get work, but me don't see it.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't see it. You understand what I'm saying?
So I understand that. So what I'm saying, I just encourage people on February 26th, go out and you ultimate. That's why I tell people you need to vote. People need to vote. Whether they're voting JLP, PMP, or for independent, just vote, because that is your way that you are exercising your franchise that we have fought for a very long time. That's not true, so Miss Elaine. That's how it have to go?
Yeah.
Are we
I love the PMP for me. I'm going to see them every one more than whatever I do already.
Okay, all right. So,
it's not thinking about the young people, all them forget work.
So that is a concern. That is a concern for a lot of people. So, Mr. Lane, is only one line we have, so I'll give somebody else another chance. All right, then, bless you. Thanks for calling. Good one. Yeah, man. All right, so, as I've said, online, somebody says, I'm back. What report would have to be democratic socialism, like Michael was showing us 50 years ago? That's interesting. All right. And Bevin saying, talk without knowledge, lack wisdom. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling. This is a morning connection.
Yes, sir. Blessed love to you and everyone right now.
Yes, Vervine, how are you, myself? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, you know how I go.
Yeah, man. So what are you saying this morning, Vervine? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I follow where you doing, I say.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I show them say, all of these things, where you see, and the wholeness I work on. It's where the PMP project.
Okay.
So you can come and ask you where we are come with this, you go carry on.
Okay.
And go on like a PM idea.
Well,
that you talk about this man, mind,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's it. So, that is a mind thing in the pan.
Okay. But interesting, Vervine. Well, I must, whether you are saying that a lot of things he's doing, it was started before. Now, if you applaud him for the continuity, because you know what normally happens in politics is that you come, you change, and you dash it away and you waste money, and we can't afford that.
That strategy,
yeah, man.
That strategy, man, come with me to and install himself God.
Well.
Yeah, so you see, that strategy, man, so I tell you now, so people, my man say, people got college, manipulate. You think I like me know that from my youth I grow.
Yeah.
You see? So I saw the thing more people they understand. So what is now? I got me say a bloodless revolution, you know.
Yes. Righteousness.
Everybody, every people go out and vote PNP. But that's the only bloodless revolution you can have.
Vervine, you remember what Miss Minett did say? You talk your mind, but we're not having the opening politics in on here. So you are saying, we know you stay already, But what I'm encouraging everybody, please go out and vote. Vote on election.
But you have to tell them, them I tell the people them what to vote for.
Yeah, all right.
We have to tell the people them, make them know that them have the people them are fool in a old man. And some people really not talk unless you talk, Them not know unless you talk.
Okay.
You see?
All right.
So we have to make them understand.
Okay.
We have a bloodless revolution.
We must use it by the ballot, yes.
Yeah, man, vote PNP.
Or vote JLP. So you balance it out. Or vote independent. All right, Verma.
We have to have a mindset, you know. We have to set your mind.
Have to set your mind
on the right thing, on the righteous thing. Remember, that's what I'm telling you. Me like older brother there. You're between.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Reading, you know.
Yeah, man.
Because in reading on right and truth, and justice.
Yeah.
You know, see?
Yeah.
So, and that's me like.
Yeah, man.
So we have to make the people understand. A whole lot of people not people not understand. You hear them say? Them are educate me. Every day them are educate me with some little things. That means we don't have no education if them are educated upon the line now.
Yeah.
Some say so when they educate upon the line now, that we are going to know and learn and preach.
Yeah.
So we have to know say that a lie and who know have to tell the people them when I know say a lie. Them understand that lie.
Yeah.
And we can't go that way there. So we can't allow the people to go drop in a place of it, you know.
That's true.
You see?
Yeah.
And we can't make destruction to ourselves and then now we are outside fix it.
Okay.
No foolish is that. So we have to know say a truth and right.
Yeah, what is wrong and right and what is true. I agree with you.
Yeah, man.
All right, then.
So, share love to everyone. Yes, sir.
All right, Vervine. Good.
Good word.
Good.
Yes.
Well, if person comes to this, our last caller of the day. It's now 9:44. Again, the lines are open, 876-279-8473. Interesting callers this morning as we tell them. We are just saying, go out and vote. PNP, JLP, independence, that's what you need to. Good morning, caller. You are our last caller for the morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. George, where are you calling from, please, sir? Is this George? By George?
Is this? Yes.
Okay, George, what's up? What's up? You only have 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm listening to the news and see what's going on and what's taking place in Jamaica and all over the world, you know?
Yes.
But that's why this campaign of the two sides to be very peaceful. What I notice, a lot of people been losing their life.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And having accident, and it's supposed to stop because, I mean, more people are colorblind and don't know what the green and the orange resemble, what it's for.
Okay.
And it put people in a panic mood that they need to, some people going to move away from that type of politics.
Yeah.
People going to refrain from even wearing a green or orange because this is going to, people start to target them.
Yeah.
You understand me? But it's just that the constitutional right to vote and vote.
Yeah.
But nobody's supposed to come here and say, yeah, we have a one man, they can't come in there and we carry in a full green or orange. No, sir. You're voting that is a private.
Yeah, you're private.
Anybody come to your gate and you can call the police on them.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to come know where I put my ex.
Right. That's
you understand me?
Yeah.
And these things are easy to cut out.
Yeah. It's
and
important.
Because this hooliganism from 1960 and to know nothing never changed. It's just the same over. You know, I'm not even giving my comments on the two parties. I'm just say well win, that is it. I have to go back to my job and do my business. I don't get any and not want anything from them. I just want a better Jamaica. We're going to surpass 100 murder in just couple months. That is bad.
That's bad. Those are the things, the issues that we need to talk. Crime and violence, how do we deal with security? How do
100 and we're not fighting a civil war?
Yeah, but that is the unfortunate thing, George. We don't have a civil war in this country. And
this is happening?
Yeah. So
the Prime Minister himself needs to take control. You're going to turn a blind eye to this and talk about, because we're talking about tourism and people getting out, something like that, and people are dying.
Yeah.
Before them get the out, they're going to die.
Life is precious.
Where are the crime plan?
Yeah.
Where's the commissioner plan, crime plan? Where they call the Prime Minister as the Minister of Defense? Where's the crime plan?
Yeah.
You can't have people being killed, and if you're not being killed, you're in an accident on the road.
Yeah.
And then one bag of police come out, they want to stop all the cars that are not involved in accident. I want to take it then. You know, so even a policeman, you hear about the policeman chasing the next car and the car right off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, chase the next car, next man will just drive coming out and the police like film car and all type of thing down there. So police not get myself people dead in them car.
Oh,
there's something, man.
Unfortunate. So we have to change our mindset, George. And you know, as we said, you're the last caller, and so we're wrapping up. But thanks for calling, George. Your views are always very important. And George is the man with the train and the transportation.
Yeah, man, the train, we need to get the train up and running, man. Yeah, so, man. Nah, but with it's a bus thing and now work out.
They're not working out. All right, George. Thanks
not
for calling.
Working out. Nah, work out. When you look at bus, I have to tax them. You can't take them to cover them. Police are run them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to now the transport people. Them need to step up on them thing, man.
Yeah, man.
If you get the old war bus, we call it war bus, one long white bus.
Oh, you mean
when we part you went up in a bus. I mean, you can't reach. Yeah, man, one long. Ask anybody about the long white bus.
I know,
but you know it.
I know the bus, but if you go to Cuba, you know, George, they call it the camel. It's same thing. What they do is big up a long bus, and they use a tractor head to draw. And it can hold like 300-400 people one time. They call it the camel. A sight to behold when they go to Cuba.
The long bus is just that we don't want no rainfall when it a drive, but it can't carry enough people.
One time.
So it is a carry the bus and crowded and who know I see whatever the war bus coming and people go and they want to go night now. A rain start you, everybody run go night. And it's fast so you can reach a quick.
Yeah, George. All right.
And the trick when they trick people what they know, me down there now. No bus, one bus come and reverse and the bus come, the bus say, listen me, $180. So $100 say $20 now I go enough on the bus. And the bus tell them not coming through, they're not going to Spanish Town.
Yeah.
They're not going to place them got the bus because they're going to take it to a road. Yeah. I go straight run at Duncan spend we call down there, McCarthy, where they call and come up and Duncan spend and come and right back in at the
depot. So the straight drive. All right, George, we have to leave you, but thanks for calling, all right?
Yeah, cool.
Blessings. Good. That's our final call for the day. This is the Morning Connection as we thank you for joining us, allowing us to be in your offices, in your private car, on the bus, public transport. We thank you for joining us this morning, the Morning Connection. Well, we continue to count down to our parish council election that's due on Monday. That's going to happen on Monday. And, you know, I'm just going to continue to ask us, please go out and to exercise your franchise to vote with a JLP, PMP, independent. By not voting, you are voting. People don't see it that way. So that is the encouragement that I'm sending out to all of us, the length and breadth of our country from Negril Point to Moran Point. It is your right, and we fought for this right to vote. So let us not just give it up and think. We thank God that Mr. Adams is safe after being abducted, but I found something that was so very interesting is that in trying to find Mr. Adams, they use drones and other technologies. Why don't we use those all the time in terms of solving our crime problem, the crime and violence problem, in terms of bringing cases to completion that people can be prosecuted and done rightly. So remember, the games, there are mind games that are being played in terms of information that is shared on a daily basis. You ask God to help you to properly evaluate the information that is shared, and then you make a decision that you think is in the best interest of yourself, of your family, of the next generation, your grandchildren that are coming up. I tell people all the time, I live not only for me, but I live for my children's children. And that's what causes countries to prosper. Because remember, every single country is built on the family structure. So if marriages work, families work, communities work, nations work. And we have to stop the decay and come against the corruption that is out there. So we thank you for joining us. It is now 9:52. I want to leave with who the cap fit let Let them wear it. That's one of Marley's songs. And I just want to welcome Miss Wild Ways. Remember, as a man thinketh, so is he becoming, or so is he, as we seek to protect our minds and our hearts today. Thank you for joining us. This is your host, Pastor Percival Palmer, signing off on the Morning Connection for today, the 20th day of February. Thank you.
Man to man is so unjust. Children, you don't know who to trust. Your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. Some will eat and drink with you, then behind them sus upon you. Only your friend know your secrets, so only he could reveal it. And who the cap fit, let them wear it. Who the cap fit, let them wear it. Said I throw me con, me no call no foul. I say in cup, clap, clap, clap. Hey. Some will hate you, pretend they love you now. Then behind they try to eliminate you. But who jobless? No one curse. Thank God we're past the worst. Hypocrites and parasites will come up and take a bite. And if your night should turn to day, a lot of people would run away. And who just stop it, let them wear it. Who the let them wear it. I take a down, I throw me gun. I take a down, I call no foul. I take a down, I cup. Yeah, yeah. Clap, clap, clap. Some will